Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Make sure y'all subscribe to JusDueBoxing, the best boxing talk.
It's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
Right now, we're gonna give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do Boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
Greatness don't knock on your door. You got to go knock on greatness' door like Devin the Dream Haney did.
Man, anybody that got the balls to step in the ring to fight me, tell them come on with anybody. I want to fight, but y'all calling out other fighters. Why is that?
He's gonna pay the price.
What's good? What's good? What's good to the Just Do family, man? We back. We gonna build. I'm feeling better. No migraine free. We gonna build on this boxing, man. We gonna talk about it. We talking about everything. It's a lot to talk about. We gonna get to all of it, man. I don't know what side you're on, but hit the like button, double tap the screen if you're vertical. Drop a comment, support the channel. We're gonna talk about it, man. It's a lot. It's fight week, you know. You know what I mean? The Hanos clan, they chirping louder than ever, man. We gonna talk about it a lot, man. It's a lot to talk about. You know, Core did an interview with, Brian Custer on the Last Stand podcast. We're gonna talk about it, man. StreamYard ain't even let me use my thumbnails and stuff, man. They screwed me, man. But it's all good. We gonna get it rocking, man. We gonna talk about it. This fight week is getting closer, man. I can't wait to see this card, this fight. It's gonna be a lot to be said after this weekend, whether good or bad. It's gonna be a lot of trash being talked after, you know, two of the best in boxing go up against each other. And T.O. and Core, man, I can't wait to see it. That's what you do when you're chasing greatness, man. You go after those guys that, you know, looked at as though, you know, tough to beat. You know, you go out there and prove everybody what you really worth and what you on, man. I think his era really gonna start full-fledged, man. He go out here and beat T.O. I don't want to just give him the win, but y'all know how I see it, man. Smarter man, guy that makes less mistakes. You know what I mean? Better adjustments. Gonna win this fight. You know what I mean? Better game plan. Who won it more? Skills, paying the bills. It's gonna be a lot of all that, you know. Both guys are definitely up against a real challenge in each other, man. So that's why we really win. You know, Saturday we get a really good card with a real meaningful fight in the main event, man. You get an opportunity to see just how good Shakur is or is not. But y'all already know how I'm coming. Jersey standing strong, man. He about to put on Madison Square. They about to light it up. I can't wait for it, man. It's good. Y'all talking a lot, man. I hope he paint a Picasso on T.O. You hear me? Swell them eyes up and all that. Like Core said, man, I'm T.O. Swelling them eyes up. What Core say to him?
Hey, T.O., I'm going to bust up your eyes. I'm going to whoop your ass, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You better be ready, boy.
Let's have some fun with this boxing, man. Let's have us a good conversation. Hit the like button, y'all. Support the channel. We gonna build. We're gonna talk about it today, man. It's a lot to talk about, and we're gonna get to it, man. We marathoning. We cleaning the plate today, man. It's a lot of stuff I didn't get to yesterday, but we're gonna make sure we get to it today. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're going to get to all this, man. Brian Custer do some of the best interviews in the business. Anyway, I like Brian Custer interviews. Jordan, my dog, was good with it. He said, the Haney fans, man, I've seen it. Fan base more. So proud of a duck, man. We're going to get to them, Jordan. You know it. Ags Val, what's good, homie? How you feeling? Howard in the building. My dog, Mike Kirkland, what's good with a good brother? How you feeling, man? Shout out to a real one. Who can? Shakur about to whoop Lopez, man. You know, Shakur gonna whoop Lopez. Talk to him, man. Adam, what it do, fam? Keyshawn coming back. Yes, sir. The amazing. Dante's boxing talk, my dog. Girl needed trash talk. He's a smart fighter. He very smart. And man, what's good with it? Can't afford to lose. Talking ticket sales and not once talk X's and O's. I'm telling you, we don't care about them ticket sales, Jordan. We doing our part. We supporting the grind, man. You know what I mean? You're under the hey, man. Shout out to you, Howard. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate the love, man. You know it. Appreciate it, man. That just keeps me grinding, bro. God, get my guy Howard right, though. What's going on? What's good with it, family? How y'all feeling today, though, man? Hope everybody feeling good. Hope everybody feeling all right. Big Soldier, what it do? What's good with it, man? Host of 140, my dog. What it do, man? Shout out to Big Soldier. We're going to get a JP in the building. Still saying Core slow. Core got to do something about that. Right. Yo, it's crazy. He really think that. He really think that. Say, watch Shakur got to have nasty route towards Tank. Bro, yeah, right. All that stuff that Tank said, man, that's light. He just saying, bro, they keep telling y'all, look, man, the youngin' Ben told y'all stop asking about him, man. We going to talk about all of it. We cooking today, man. It's everybody that's rocking when we hit that like button, support the channel. This is how we keep growing. This is how we keep building, y'all. We going to build on it. Look. Hey, man, Youngin told y'all, look, after they went back and forth on social media, he said, look, stop asking me about him. He told people, he gave everybody a fair heads up. Y'all heard what he said. He said he turning his back, get it out the mud. He killed the fight. Like, I don't know why that's hard for people to accept. It's all good. Maybe he got other plans. He got a bigger fight to worry about anyway. So I'm not going to really talk too much Tank stuff, but he said what he said in the interview, and I was going to address it and play it because he keep telling people over and over how many times you gotta say, yo, don't ask me about him. I get why people keep asking about the fight, though. You know, I understand that from a journalist standpoint, right? Somebody that's, you know, conducting an interview. I totally understand, bro. I get it. But he out of commission. And while he out of commission, I don't think it's realistic to ask anybody about fighting him right now. You get what I'm saying? I understand the question, but the timing of it doesn't make sense, right? And on top of that, you know, he got something, you know, right in front of him that he need to focus on. We can't just give him the win. He got to go out there and earn it. T.O. ain't going to make the shit easy. He ain't going to lay down because of Shakur Stevenson in the ring. He coming to win. He want to be the one to beat him. Trust me, he do. He going to be prepared because he ain't got no choice. Both of these dudes, you give me, they ain't about to play with each other. But y'all know who my money on. We ain't about to play, man. Jersey stand up. You know what I mean? 4th division champion loading, man. You get me? But like I say, he said, stop asking him. He killed the fight in front of everybody. He said, look, I'm good on it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fighting him. And that's just what it was, right? And from that point on, I ain't about to rewind and talk about nothing from before. From that point on, when they had that exchange, and he said, you know, it's over. Like, I ain't fighting you. Get out the mud, this and that. Court said, don't ask me about him no more. And he moved on, right? He moved on. He hasn't mentioned his name in no interviews. He ain't trying to clout chase. None of that. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted people to stop saying his name when they ain't fighting him and stop clout chasing, stop saying one thing in an interview and something different on social media. He was consistent. Don't ask me no more about this fight. He said it in multiple interviews. Don't ask me about this dude. I'm doing this. I'm fighting T.O., right? And people still continue to ask. So I think after a while, you just get a little annoyed. Like, man, F that dude. Stop asking me about him. I mean, I got a real fight in front of me. Y'all keep asking me about a dude when y'all don't even know when he's going to get back in the ring, respectfully, because he got something serious going on that he got to take care of before he even make it back to the ring against anybody. Get me? Anybody. So I'm telling you, I swear it is, George. Shout out to Oster40, man. Appreciate you joining as a member. Shout out to all my channel members. Appreciate y'all. Get y'all memberships, man. Help the channel grow. Support the grind. Help the channel grow. We gonna build. We gonna get to it today, man. Shout out to my dog.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
The Oster40, man. It popped up twice being a new member, man. Shakur, we fighting nobody wants that smoke. He's so slick. The thing is, Lucan, I hope I'm saying your name right. Or is it Lucan? Shout out to Newland. But I'll say this. It's like they not scared of Shakur, right? It's boxing, right? These dudes signed up for it, but they real recognize real. You know the saying, bro. And when it comes to that dude, he got a set of skills that people got to respect, and they do. And, you know, in this boxing game with him, it's one of those things where, you know, if a person ain't got to fight him, they won't. If they can go in another direction, they will. And it's not a fear thing to me. It's a stylistic thing to me, right? You know, boxing is about matchups and styles and, you know, style clashes and different things like that, skill sets. And I think when you look at his skill set and what he do best, it can make a difficult fight for most guys, pretty much anybody, with him being as sound defensively as he is, being a smart guy that don't make a whole lot of big mistakes. Just off that alone gives anybody a difficult fight. So to me, it's like, if you ain't got to fight him, people don't do it. You know, it's been guys that been offered the biggest paydays with title opportunity and still chose not to fight him. So I think it's more so styles and, you know, guys don't be wanting to lose, stuff like that. But I think, you know, when the money right, though, and the situation's right, I think these guys all will get in there, right? Because it's what they doing it for, the prize. And I feel like the bigger the risk, a lot of times when you see what a fighter is asking for, or when it gets out into the public what a fighter is asking or demanding, that indirectly tells you what they think about the risk that they're taking. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Shakur just a risk going in there, right? Being a really sound, pure boxer. You know what I mean? Guy that, you know, is going to stick to a game plan. He don't care about being booed. He don't care about the critics. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do what's best for him to get the win on the night. So that's just something that a lot of people will have difficulty with, you know what I'm saying, if they got in there. So that's just what it be. Yeah, I try to give all of these guys they do, man. You know, I try to have fun with it, bro, because all these dudes deserve the right amount of the right kind of coverage, man, and not some weird shit. You get what I'm saying? Somebody let me see. Block the goofy, man. You ain't about to ruin my energy, man. You must be one of they flunkies or something. You keep coming over here typing about TWT. You got to grow up, fam. You got to grow up. John Wick, what it do, man? People trying to call Cora a duck, but wasn't calling Tank a duck. He said what he said. you know what the fact of the matter is, though, John Wick, people don't know boxing. That's what I come to the realization every day. I learn this over and over. I learn it more and more how people don't really know no boxing, man. You can't duck somebody without turning down the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Most of these guys that get deemed ducks don't be ducks because they don't even get that far. It just be a lot of chatter online. So, you know, I think when the smoke clear though, bro, we gonna see who really want fights and who don't. And I think right now we already seeing, you know what I mean? Like I said, one guy got told he couldn't get the biggest fight that was out there for him. What did he do? He went and got the next best thing. And now all you got to do is secure the win Saturday. You got to win. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn that shit. And I can't wait to see it, man. I'm going to enjoy this box and I'm going to keep building it up. We're going to enjoy it, man. Shout out to Oster 40. Appreciate the love. Say, my bad, my guy. I didn't know my membership. However, he said Oster 8 Talk. Said Shakur wrapping this dude up and we on to the next. No more talk. Love is love. Shout out to Oster 40, man. Getting that membership and showing love. You ain't got a membership, get you a membership. Show some love like my guy. Yeah. P in the building, opulent peace, Brody. How you feeling? You know what I mean? How you feeling? How you feeling? All facts just got to go by what people say, right? You get me? B Hayes, what it do? You get me? Yeah, he in here jock riding blunt sports. My dog was good with it. Happy Friday, happy fight week. Everyone beat me there. Don't meet me there. You know it. Shout out. And you know what? I'm in a good mood, man. Detroit, BC. Shout out to them boys over there, man. Shout out to them and whoever flying the TWT logo. Salute to y'all. Keep doing y'all thing, fam. Ernest, what it do, my guy? Huge weekend of boxing. Detroit, BC. You ain't messing up my energy today, G. We good over here. We rocking and we rolling. But yeah, let's talk about it. Like I said, man. You know, people got their panties all in the bunch, man. They all sensitive, you know what I'm saying? People catching their monthlies online because he said, hey, little tank. He told y'all fools stop. He told y'all fools stop asking him. You get me? He told you stop asking him. What you think he gonna say after a while, G? Huh? He wanted to fight. He was gung-ho. He was all for it. It was the Super Bowl. It was the biggest fight in boxing. But the very minute that those magic words were said in front of everybody to read, get it out the mud, I'm turning my back. It is what it is. You don't stay stuck on, move on. That's all, man. Enjoy the boxing. So I think we got a really intriguing matchup, man. You know, but he said what he said, and we about to get to this interview. We're gonna get to everything today, man. No migraine, your boy feeling good. Got my H2O. We good. We're gonna get to it. A hell of a fight, man. T.O. know what he in for. He know it. And yo, man, I seen some wild stuff a while ago, man. Bro, I was like, bang, man, they be mad as hell, bro. I seen some wild stuff a minute ago, man. Bro, I seen somebody say, Big Tex, what it do, man? You're all love, Oster. Appreciate you, family. When Shakur wanted to fight, they mad. When he doesn't want to fight, they mad. Make it make sense, Jordan. Like, damn, when he move on after he ain't had no other choice, they still mad. You know what I mean? It was all he clout chasing. Now you don't even want to bring him up. And y'all still mad? Nah, man. I told y'all, life at the tank exists for these boxers. No one boxer runs this sport of boxing. Nobody careers, you know, are defined by one fight. Nobody's. You can just move on. It's too much talent. It's too much moving parts. It's too much shit shaking in boxing, man. Go fight who want to fight you. That's for any and everybody all across the board. Fight who want to fight you. Get what I'm saying? Go make the best fights for yourself. And that's it, man. You know, if a situation with you and him didn't work out, obviously it didn't. It didn't go past a phone call. Well, so be it, man. You see what he on. He on that 4th division shit, man. You hear me? He trying to go get it. It's what you do. You know what I mean? They mad because he said, you know, he gonna be a star in his own right. You know, he gonna be a star in his own right if he you know, if he beat T.O. and he make his money. What's wrong? So y'all think this man put in all his work, and this for any fighter. These fighters put in all his work, and you think they gonna wait for y'all to determine that they're a star? Like, you supposed to feel good about yourself. You supposed to feel you the man. You get what I'm saying? Especially with a win. Like I said, the job ain't done. You got him on the hook. You threw the bait out there. You got him on the hook. Now you got T on the hook. Now you gotta fillet his ass. You gotta finish the job now. You got him on the hook. You got him to take the fight. Yes, now you got to show people just why you wanted this fight so bad, right? Why you been wanting to fight these type of dudes. Fillet his ass. You get me? But if you do that, 4 divisions, I think it's like I said, I got to look it up. It's less than 30 fighters, I think, in the sport of boxing that been a champion in 4 different divisions. What you mean? Like superstar, star, he feeling like he the guy. He winning. And he you know, snatching up these accolades. He conquering shit, and he making more money than he ever made in his life. Why wouldn't he feel like a star? Right? Why wouldn't he feel like a star? Because I tell you what, if this was somebody, like I always say this to y'all, right? If this was somebody from your hood, if this was your little brother or your big brother or your cousin, your son, any of that relative, you would know, you would call him a star. You would say he is a star, and anybody else saying anything different, you won't be trying to hear it. So is he a star with, you know, in terms of, oh, I make the most money and, you know, I sell the most tickets, I got the biggest name? Nah, but his name is constantly brought up in every conversation. I haven't remembered the last time I haven't seen a conversation about Shakur. I don't remember this. People know who he is. He constantly accomplishing things. Like I said, he had a top 5, top 3 most anticipated pro debut. They've been knowing who he is. So all he got to do is secure names like the Teals of the world, those names where people could really respect it, right? And that it starts with Saturday. That's what it's all about. Enjoying this boxing, watching these dudes chase what they deem to be greatness, man. The man feel like, you know, he one of them ones. He feel like he about to go prove it, and he got to go do it. Did enough talking. Teal did his talking. Now let's see who's gonna stand on that business. You get what I'm saying? But I don't understand what all the fuss is about, y'all, ladies and gents. You get me? Now, anybody could be a boxing fan, don't salute him for chasing greatness because they weird. They ain't truly boxing supporters, man. They boxer fans, blunt. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Ernest. What's good with it? Some of us FBAs are red in color. Not only that, just he doing that shit before the age of 30. That's a fact. 28 years old. Damn, what it do? 28 years old, 4 divisions. Man, they already putting him in his 5th division. They already putting the man at 47. They know he's special. They know what it is. That's why they want to keep seeing him go up, because they hope that if he go up too high, he gonna relinquish enough of his advantages and lose a fight. News flash, he's stepping on shit. Telling you, we gonna have fun. Either I'm gonna be real right or I'm gonna be real wrong. Y'all know how I do. I don't care. Either way, we gonna have some fun. T.O., your ass is cooked. Tired of playing no game. We ain't about to play. See how I said we? I ain't throwing a single punch, y'all. I'm back here talking about we. I ain't gotta take a single lick. I ain't gotta run a mile, hit a bag, nothing. But now, all jokes aside, man, can't wait for it, man. I'm just trying to have some fun with it, man. We ain't about to be you know, miserable over here to talk boxing. We gonna enjoy this shit. We got a chance to see people that talk the talk, walk it now. You know what I'm saying? You said you wanted it, go get it. I mean, show people what you really made of. You know what I'm saying? And on to the next. Like I said, man, you snatch up this, man, your stock goes up to me. Your stock goes up, in my opinion. You know? Boom, boom, boom. Well, it's all good, John Wick. It's all good. Yeah, he did. He sure did. I agree. As a matter of fact, let me just say that. Yeah, but I'm saying they already putting them there. When I say already, they ain't even letting them get through the current fight that he in. They were like, what about this? They already called him a duck for, you know, and he got a fight lined up. So that's what I was speaking to when I said they already putting him at another weight class without even letting them get the win, you know, that's in front of them. Because like I said, man, don't overlook nobody. Overlook guys, man. That shit could go horribly wrong. You do not want to take the L because you overlooked. You did. Don't be a fool. But let's get to this, man. Let's get to this Brian Custer last stand interview that got people panties in a bunch. we fighting for the people. Yes, sir, man. You're not making this.
Custer.
That's a fact, Jordan.
That's right. It is the last stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. And I'll tell you what, today we got one of the biggest in the sport of boxing.
This dude do really good interviews, man.
3-division world champion. He is currently the WBC lightweight champion of the world. He is none other than Shakur Stevenson.
BC.
He's back.
What's good? What's good, my guy?
How you been?
I've been good. I've been grinding.
I know you've been grinding because January 31st. You're moving up now to 140.
Man, my brother, what's good, bro?
Teofimo
We got 50
Lopez,
people in the building. Hit that
Madison
like button,
Square
y'all.
Garden. Tell us why 140. Tell us
BP
why
Rocker
Tio
was good with it, man.
Tio is
Shout
one
out
of the
to D,
biggest
man, my
names
brother.
at the weight class. I think he's the most accomplished at the weight class. He's one of the guys at the weight class. So it's a risk, and I enjoy taking risks. So I think my main thing is scared money don't make no money, and I can't wait to go out
Like
there
a
and
dog was
prove to
good
the
with
world
it.
that I'm the best.
Tell me about what went into the decision to go up to 140.
Because at the end of the day, you got to realize. At the end of the day, you got to realize, he's a guy at 140, so I can't just make him come down to my weight class. I gotta go up to his weight class, and I think that's the main thing.
You know, Shakur, we had Tio on The Last Stand. In fact, we had him on in November. It was Tio who kind of broke the news right here on The Last Stand that you guys were actually going to fight. He even said it. He said, we're going to fight in January. I'm letting people know now, even though it hadn't been officially signed at that point. But I want you to listen to what he said is going to happen in the fight. Take a listen. Throw it up for him, Alex.
You know, I just can't wait to really show the flaws that I see in Shakur Stevenson and, really putting that to the test when that time comes.
What do you think about, and I heard an interview that he had done recently where he talked about people are going to see my power. They talk a lot about my defense, but they're going to see my power in this fight against Teofimo.
Shakur is slow. He's slow. I seen him at
dog. Appreciate
lightweight.
you, bro.
I seen only highlights of his last fight with Cepeda, and he's slow. He's really slow. There's nothing more to it than that. So it's
he said he's slow.
I think that with everybody that he's seeing and from his group and from those that have been, killing the game, honestly, like Terrence Crawford, which he calls and refers to as Big Bro. I think that the whole thing of that nature, I think that's really what's keeping him wanting to aim for bigger and better fights and for better opposition. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next, and that's of me. So, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate. But I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
Whoa.
Hey, look, Tio ain't saying nothing wrong. He's speaking what he believes is his truth. I ain't mad at him. It makes the fight, it makes it all the more entertaining because that's something to look out for. This is the first time I've ever heard somebody label Shakur as slow. People do deem Teofimo more athletic, more explosive, faster with the hand speed, right? I seen people debating and arguing about it a little while ago, right? I'm not even here to argue that Tio is fast, extremely fast. He's very athletic. You know what I'm saying? He has an opportunity to put that to the test and prove us right or wrong. So we going to find out. Maybe to Tio, he's slow, right? Maybe when he get in there, Core going to be a step or two behind. Maybe Tio is going to show that, right? It's always possible. You never know, right? And anything can happen. But I ain't tripping on that because, if you know, you know. Even if Tio is faster, doesn't make Shakur slow. It just means Tio got some fast ass hands, right? On top of that, timing trumps speed. You get what I'm saying? And we know that. We learned that all throughout boxing. You see that so many times in different fights. You've seen a classic matchup, Danny Garcia and Amir Khan. Speed and power, right? You get what I'm saying? Or speed and timing. Amir Khan was way faster than Danny Garcia. He was piecing his ass up. But what ultimately caught up to Amir Khan? It was Danny Garcia's his timing. So timing trumps speed. So even if Teofimo was a bit faster on the trigger, that wouldn't shock me. You know what I'm saying? Shakur ain't the biggest, the fastest, or the strongest, but more every single time he's been in the ring thus far, he's proven and shown to be the smarter fighter. That's what I bank on. And I feel like when you're the smarter guy and he's athletic, he don't got to be the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, but continue to be the smartest in the ring. And I think he'll continue to win. So I think that's where his strength is at. So shout out to Tio. He ain't say nothing wrong. If that's what he believed, that's his truth. Shakur is slow. He can show us that come fight night, just how slow Shakur really is. Shout out to my homie Like a Dog. Appreciate you, man, supporting the grind, man. And that cash app. Appreciate you, fam. So yeah, you know, he got a really good check hook. You get what I'm saying? Like, think about Sandor Martin, think about Jermaine Ortiz's their hand speed, and then think about Shakur, right? All relatively in or around the same. It's more so timing, controlling distance and range, different things like that. Really good vision. It's a multitude of things that go into making him, I think, as sound a boxer as he is. And the same with Tio, you know what I'm saying? But most of his gifts, I think, are, you know, the athleticism, right? The athletic parts, maybe the physicality, but we're going to see, man. Let's keep going.
Your response to that, Shakur?
My response is, I think his ego is kicking in right there. I think that he's trying to trick his mind into believing the things that he is saying. When he say that I'm slow, I think we both know and we all know that when he fight them big, slow guys like Josh Taylor and Arnold Barboza is where he kind of attacks and he feel more comfortable because he got a speed edge.
And real quick, Josh Taylor and, you know, Arnold Barboza was on like the slower side of things. They definitely were on the slower side. You've seen both of them, both like a step and a half behind Tio all night, right? And they didn't have the athleticism nor the speed and timing to catch up to Tio, and he feasted. If that's the case, if Shakur finds himself in that situation, it could be the same for him. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's a much different fight, obviously. But you know what I mean? If that were to be the case, he would have some shit to figure out, man. That would make the fight extremely difficult. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody in front of you and your timing, and you get what I'm saying? You can't match him with speed and your timing ain't clicking. What do you do? So we're going to see. Tio's putting some pressure on himself by saying things like he slow this, he that. You get in there, hopefully you prove it.
But when he fights somebody who's a little bit smaller, faster, and the guys is not even that good, like Kambosos, and he has trouble. So for what I've seen, if a guy loses to George Kambosos, I wouldn't lose to him in a million years. On my worst given night, I wouldn't allow George Kambosos to come out victorious against me. So that's my response to that. Let's see if I'm slow fight night, though. Let's see.
Yeah.
And look, man, maybe I'm tripping. You know what I mean? I know that was only one fight, but I just got this thing in the back of my mind. When it's all said and done, you better not let nobody that George Kambosos beat you. And I ain't even trying to be funny. You get me? You got to show your level, man. That puts some pressure on Core. You know what I mean? Kambosos beat him, and then you go up there and lose to him. Man, you know that. Be like, man, you ain't better than Kambosos. They gonna be on Core helmet. So yeah, it's pressure on both. Y'all gotta win. Y'all gotta stand on business, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all.
What did you think about him saying not only stopping you that either you're going
to
give up on the stool or I'm just going to flat out stop him?
I enjoy that. I enjoy that because that's when guys underestimate me. They don't understand what they're getting in a ring against, and you know, it looks really good on the outside, but you get inside of there and you realize things are a lot different than they was when you was watching it. So I can't wait for him to see. I want him to get aggressive. I want him to come in there and think that he can stop me or try to knock me out. And the opposite thing may happen to him if he feel that way.
I like it. You know,
and I will say this: it's been one guy consistently giving the other dude his just due. It's been the other guy taking little shots. His mental is weak. He's slow. This and that. You're gonna knock him out. I mean, look, you've talked this talk before, and you've walked it before, respectfully. You know, so let's see if you can do it again. You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Obviously, one of your best friends, Terrence Crawford, retires. Canelo, you see, he's recovering from elbow surgery. There's been talks of Boots and Ortiz, but for some reason they can't come to any kind of agreement here. Tank is obviously hasn't been in the ring because of outside the ring stuff. For the good of the sport, how important you think this fight is?
He said Taylor and Barboza.
It's very important. That's why I push for it. At the end of the day,
Sandor not slow.
These are the fights that's going to make boxing great again. These are the fights that keep people into the sport. So,
yeah,
that was my goal with this. You know, I'm tired of going in the ring and guys being like, "Oh, you're not fighting nobody. Oh, you're not this."
Right.
I didn't have to do this fight. I could have stayed at 135 and I could have campaigned at 135. But for me, I feel like I wanted to fight at 140 against Tio because he's one of the biggest names in the sport.
How for the good of the sport, how important
That's a
is
smart
this
move,
fight?
man. I think that was a smart move. Now, like I said, you got to put the finishing touches in the bow on it, the icing and the cherry on top with the win for sure. But I think he did a really good job at seeking out a really good opponent for himself. And oddly enough, Tio, I think one of the reasons why he had to take this fight because he said no to multiple fights. And I think his options were getting slim too. So as much as Tio feels like it wasn't nobody at 35 that Core could fight big fight wise that was available, it's kind of a similar thing with you. You didn't have nobody, no big fight lined up at 140 that would have been bigger than Core, right? So in a strange way, y'all need each other. You, Tio, because you've been saying no to fights, and I think your options is running slim. Shakur, because you obviously, like you said, you tired of getting in the ring with guys and they saying you ain't fighting nobody. So this is a challenge, and this is the most established champion, the longest reigning champion at 140 currently, right? So, and the most proven. So it's a great fight for all of those reasons. So they need each other, man. That's why I say boxing, you need a great dance partner, man. Ray Patterson, my Jersey brethren. What's good, bro? Need a great dance partner, and I think that's what they both got. So may the best man win. But Jersey standing strong that day.
Between you and Tio.
DJ, my dog, was
It's
good
very
with it.
important. It's important because it makes boxing great again. It keeps the fans that want to see the fight in tune. And also, you got to realize once again, I didn't have to take this fight. I was campaigning at 135. That's the weight that I'm at. That's the weight that I 9 times out of 10 going to go back to after this fight. But I did this because I know Tio's one of the biggest names. I know that he's one of the most accomplished fighters in or around my weight class, and the challenge wakes me up. It makes me want to go harder. It makes me want to train harder. It makes me want to keep getting up over and over and showing up day in and day out to make sure that I come in at 100% on fight night. So for me, this fight means everything for the sport. This fight means everything for me, my career, my
Teach
legacy,
was
and
good.
I can't wait to put it all on the line.
How does it upset you at all, Shakur, when people get on social media and it seems like when you fight, they be like, he's a boring fighter, defensive fighter, too boring. And is that part of it where you say, okay, you know what? Now I'm going to fight Tio. Call me boring now.
Nah, it don't bother me no more because they pick and choose, you know. I still hear it to this day. Oh, he's boring. He's a defensive fighter, but it's like my last fight. I went in there and I entertained the crowd. I went out there, entertained the people. I took a couple punches more than usual than I usually would take. So if I did that my last fight and y'all still can say it, y'all still want to let it haunt me, they still bring up the De Los Santos fight when I done fought 3, 4 fights already since then. At the end of the day, these people just gonna hate me and they gonna keep hating me. I think they hate winners, so I just gotta live with it.
And that's a great answer. That's a great response because, and that's a really good awareness on his part to me, right? Understanding that, I just went out there and fought him in a way that y'all said I couldn't fight. I went out there and did the stuff that y'all said I couldn't do. And I beat him at his own game. And y'all still talking about boring. So I'm convinced on all this runner stuff. So I'm convinced that no matter how I fight, y'all still gonna say it because y'all don't rock with me. So that's what it is. I see it for what it is. Now I'm going back to doing what I've been doing. I already proved it. You would have to be a blind man to say otherwise. You said he couldn't, block slip punches and stand in the pocket. He did all of that and then some against the most active fighter in boxing with the highest output in all of boxing. He did that right in front of him and held him to a 27% clip. And what did people do? Oh, man, he got hit a lot. See, I told you his defense wasn't elite. It's like, bro, nah, Core, do you. These dudes going to have something to say regardless. Man, even when you prove it to them, they still going to have something to say. So you do what's best for you. And that's go out there and embarrass Tio. That's, limit his success, exploit his weaknesses, and limit his strengths, right? Don't allow him to get comfortable. Don't allow him to, use his athleticism and all that unnecessary bluffing and shit that he do to stop anything you doing. Go out there and play chess like you know how to play chess. Get the win and snatch up that belt and move on. ASAP, what it do, fam? How you feeling? We're going to keep going. Let's keep rolling, y'all. Got 60 people in the building.
What do you say? And Tio's he talked more about this too in the interview. He said, man, Here's the thing about Shakur. He is great defensively. He ain't got no punching power. He ain't got no punching power to keep guys like me off of him. How do you respond to that when people say that?
Like I said, at the end of the day, it's easy to say things from the outside. When you're not in that ring, it's easy to say, "Oh, he's pillow fisted, he's this." But when you get in the ring, you never see nobody walk through my punches. You never seen nobody come in there, and even when they try, they get beat up.
It's
They
true.
get beat up, and they gotta respect me. So, I don't care who it is. You gonna feel my punches, and I think I want you to feel like I can punch. I want you to feel that way. Keep feeling that way. I think that's where a lot of people get surprised. There's a guy named Yoshino. I remember before my fight with him, he kept putting it out there as if like, oh, he can't punch. He don't punch hard. I'm just gonna walk through him. He can't punch hard. Next thing you know, he ended up on the canvas twice. So, let these guys feel that way.
Right.
I heard. I think it was
last couple guys that said Devin Haney can't punch. They both hit the deck, and they both said they underrated his power. Williams and Pater just fought Shakur and went on to say that he got power. He got good power. He said if he ain't have hand injuries, he'd probably be hitting even harder. You know what I mean? Probably be even worse. So the thing is about, calling it how it is. He's not a knockout artist. He's never going to be that. He never was sold as that. He's not a KO artist. He's not going to get KOs every single time you watch him. But can he hurt you? Can he knock you out? Absolutely, especially when you're not on his level. Just ask Josh Padley. He wasn't on his level. He got stopped to the body. You get what I'm saying? Guys not on his level, he's going to stop you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that is better, then you're going to get the boxing lesson. I don't see the issue. You get what I'm saying? But he's never going to be a puncher per se. That's just not his game. You know what I'm saying? And good for him. This sport is called boxing, not puncher. Not punch in, not power, not knockout. Right? Yeah, knockout sell, but got to be realistic. You are what you are. And that's why I appreciate him as a talent, because he understands what he is as a fighter and what he is not. And I don't think he spends a lot of time trying to be what he is not. You get what I'm saying? You've seen him, like Zepeda, that was some bravado that fight was fought with, right? Some of the little outside noise probably got in his ear a little bit. He was like, you know what? I'm going to shut y'all up. But it wasn't to his detriment. Now you move on to the next and you go back to doing what you do, because no matter what you do and how you perform and how good it looks, they're going to still say, oh, well, his defense ain't good. Then when it is good, they're going to say you ran. So you can't win. You can't win with the people that just don't truly appreciate what you bring to the sport. And it's okay. You got the people that rock with you, got the people that don't. But at the end of the day, everybody got to respect the winner. And as long as you keep putting them W's in the win column, it's nothing they can say.
Interview you had talked about once about taking fights and letting your hands heal, things of that nature. How bad is it? I mean, I remember Gary Russell, who had great fast hands, but he always said, I got to fight maybe once a year. Twice is too much for me because of my hands. How bad are the hands?
I found a remedy. I'm good. I'm one of them guys. I adjust. I'm not going to keep doing the same things over and over and over. So I found a great remedy, and I ain't been having no problems.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And I said that, and I truly hope that's accurate. He said he found a remedy to the hands, and I seen something the other day talking about his hands still hurt, his hands are concerned. It's like, bro, stop pushing narratives. He says hands good. I'm gonna say they good, because that's gonna be no excuse for him, right? He just sat here and said his hands are good. Why would we try to force him to be bad, right? We don't want no excuses. Why are we building him? He said he good. And that's the way I'm gonna look at it. You can't say you good and then all of a sudden fighting, I kind of like, well, I really wasn't good. And I know fighters have done that in the past, but we ain't going there right now. He looked healthy, he looked ready to go. I'm hearing the right stuff. Let him go out there and prove it. I think the hand issue been a little bit like overdrawn, right? I think they exaggerated it to a degree, right? I think it's an issue, obviously something that you got to manage throughout your career. And that's just what it is. But it's not like he's breaking his hands in every other fight or every fight or nothing like that. He had tore ligament. He had to get it, touched up. He did the damage to his own self by not wrapping his hands properly early in his career. So that's something that he gonna have to just deal with. But I like the fact that he said he found a remedy, something that does work, and he ain't been having no problems. So that's a good thing, because I'm telling you now, 100%. You're going to keep continuing to see a polished, sharp version of this guy. Butcher was good, homie. So That's all I'm looking forward to. I want to see the best version of these guys so I can really get to see who the best is. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Shakur shine or Tio. If you're going to shine, let's see it. You know what I mean? If you got a game plan, you know, and you got the answers to the test and you got a way to crack the defense consistently and get this dude up out of there, show it to me then. You know what I'm saying? Show it to me. However it's going to go, it's going to go. But I want to see a great fight, and I want to see two healthy fighters go in there and give us the best show for our money. You know what I'm saying? So let's go, man. And nothing. That's good news. So, of course, said he found a remedy for them hands. So, and they looking like they all right. You know, he got them in the camera. That's the funny part. He asked about his hands, and they in the camera. So, look, I ain't heard no updates or no whispers about him having any issues in the camp with his hands. So, I'm just ready to see a good fight Saturday, a great fight.
I know you've probably been working out with obviously Keyshawn Davis, but Terrence Crawford as well. How has that been going?
It's great, being in the gym with guys like that. But honestly, you gotta also realize I done been in the gym with them guys for years and years. This is nothing new. We came up together. I came up in the gym with these guys, so we grew together, and ain't nothing different now. We just keep pushing each other to new limits. That's the main thing.
Were you surprised when Terrence finally said, "You know what? I've done all I can do. There's no more." Were you surprised? Like he's like, "Yo, I think I'm gonna hang it up."
Nah, I mean, I was kind of surprised.
Tell him, Mike.
I kind of was down there begging him to meet done. I mean, at the end of the day, dog, this dude done did everything in the sport of boxing. He done completed every accomplishment on his list, and still to this day, people talk bad about his resume and who he
Facts,
for.
Corey,
So,
they do.
Facts. When he said,
I just seen somebody say just a few minutes ago before I got up here, they said, "Damn, when you really think about it, Terrence Crawford resume weak as hell." Like I'm dead serious, bro. Like boxing fans, their knowledge of the sport is what's weak. And notice nobody will admit to that. Dudes are not even, they skipping steps. You gotta be a student of the game before you could be a teacher, respectfully. And people out here trying to teach boxing from a very shallow point of view. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to hear it, bro. Nah, man. People gotta educate themselves better. Do he got the greatest resume to man? No, man. But again, when it's deeper than just the names with Bud Crawford. It's the performances. It's what he got when he did out of the performances, right? You always see him perform at an elite level. Think about something. How many fighters can say that they've been fighting championship fights from the time they first started all the way to the time they ended? The man was fighting first championship fight, if my memory is correct, was in 2014. He's been fighting championship fights from 2014 all the way up until now, until his last fight with Canelo. But these idiots, they don't take that into account. I don't care if the names ain't the biggest and the craziest, but he's been fighting at a championship level since he started, all the way up until he ended. He didn't take a loss and had to get it back and regain the title. None of it. He continued to be ass. Moved up a weight class and mowed everybody down. Moved up again, beat Madrigal, moved up 2 more additional weight classes and put the belt to Canelo. It's how he got what he got, to me. I just seen somebody say he ducked the whole 154-pound division. You can't make this up. These people are natural-born idiots when it comes to boxing. The fact of the matter is the man is underrated and underappreciated. Yes, I'm saying it. Underrated and underappreciated. He beaten guys more convincingly than you've ever seen any of these guys get beat in their careers. The fact that Errol Spence ass whooping should have let y'all know just how special Bud was. It wasn't the name that was going to solidify him, man. It wasn't. Don't matter who he fought. People still didn't give the man his credit. No matter who he beat up, we always talk about who he didn't fight. I want to talk about who he fought. And every time he got in there 42 times, he put belt to people's ass. All the way into his last final showdown, whooped Canelo ass, took the belts and alleviated 168 pounds and made boxing great again on the way out. Mom Drawers was good with it, man. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going, man. 60 people in the building. Hit that like button. Support the bill, y'all. We're going to keep rolling. We got a lot to get to.
He will never get the credit. That is true. I don't think we get the credit until it's all over. I think that goes for all of us at the end of the day. These guys just want to hate us to hate us. So I respect his decision. I think that his legacy is going to be one of the greatest ever, and I appreciate him for even pushing me to the level that I got to. So I'm proud of him.
Bud paying it forward, man. And I'm telling you, his greatness extends far past his career, but it take real ones to understand that. This dude literally been paying it forward the whole time he been boxing. And when I mean paying it forward is helping out the younger generation, right? Looking out for his community, right? A father, right? He did a solid dude, man, solid, really pushing the next generation of boxing forward, instilling greatness in fighters like Shakur Stevenson. That shit is dope. Like I said, man, his greatness extends far deeper than just his resume. People don't get it, man. He stood for some shit, man. He gave the double bird to the WBC on the way out. The same sport that we complain about that we know screw the fighters over and that's grimy. He got it off on the system. Bob Arum too. He got it off. Went and made the biggest fights without him. He didn't get a cut of nothing Terrence Crawford was doing. Remember, they was joking and clowning why you re-signed and you stupid. He ain't got the fight. He ain't gonna get you the fights. What did he do? He got paid each time he got in that ring. And then when it came to making his biggest fights, he got away from that guy and went and got that bag. Telling you, man, it's not a lot of people that can say they got a better ending to their story than Bud Crawford. Shout out to the Queen, Lisa. How you feeling today? You get me? You get me? Nobody thought it, Mike. Respectfully, ain't nobody think he was going to do that. You get me? That right there. And then on top of that, beating Canelo as easily or as comfortably, should I say, as he did, when people were saying we stupid for picking Crawford, we just picking him because he black. Stupid shit like that. Then he goes out there and puts belt to ass, and now they move the goalposts and say, man, Turkey paid Canelo to lose. You can't make this up. So miss me, man. Terrence Crawford is great, farther than what his career or his resume would ever suggest. You just got to be there to understand. You had to really watch it, appreciate it, to see it for what it was, man. One of the most consistent, one of the hardest workers, always in shape. You get what I'm saying? A jack of all trades. To do to wrestle the wrestlers, box the boxers, fight the fighters, man. What we talking about? Knock out the knockout artists, beat up the bullies. This is Bud. The same dude knocked out the knockout artists, box the boxers, bully the bullies, man. Like, this is the guy, beat up the guys that he wasn't supposed to beat, right? Come on, man. Two of his biggest wins is wins that people said it was next to impossible to beat these guys. And then when he beat them, the goalpost got relocated to a whole nother continent. Hell with these people relocated the goalpost. They in a whole nother universe with this shit, man. I'm telling you, can't make this shit up, bro. That's why I say underrated and underappreciated, bro. And how you know this to be fact, can't name nobody else with those accolades, man. And doing it the way he did it. You can't. He put himself in a class all by himself, and guess what they still do? They still question. He still ain't great.
I think for me, it was only surprising for this fact that, you guys fight to be like, I want to be pound for pound.
Now, real quick, y'all, I got to say this. And why do y'all think it's so easy for them to come up with these lists? Why do y'all think it's so easy for them to slight our fighters? Why do y'all think it's so easy for them to put guys and rate guys in these lists over the fighters that we know they don't deserve to be ranked over? Huh? Because there's no unity. It's all division in boxing. Like, right? We can't have the writers of old media tearing us down, and then us, the content creators that talk to boxing every day, going at the fighters, right? We'll never get our just due. Our fighters will never get their just due the rate we going. Never, bro. And that shit, that frustrates me. They'll never get their due because we don't see the play. Nah, man, we got to start highlighting what's dope about our fighters instead of spending countless hours telling people how they bad. And you don't really got shit in the ring to prove it. I heard somebody say the other day, man, or seen somebody type, I don't see how people can support Devin Haney, man. That's one of the worst fighters in boxing. That couldn't be farther from the truth, bro. But people will type this shit and then it'll catch on like a wildfire. Now everybody is repeating the same shit. Oh, now he's not a good fighter. Oh, he's fake. Oh, I can't support that. Oh, he said this on Twitter. Man, kill that shit. I don't give a damn about what these people talking about on Twitter. I know them 30 plus times I've seen him. He was standing on business. You know what I mean? Even bounce back after getting cheated. But this is where we at. Instead of highlighting what's dope about our fighters, we take them individually and we tear them down, bro. It's the wackest shit I've ever seen, bro. It's whack. It is. Blade, what's good with it? Yeah, the man put in work. And just because I feel like somebody could beat him in a fight don't mean I don't support him and don't like him. You ain't gonna never hear me sit up here and talk about how he one of the worst boxers in boxing or one of the worst fighters and I can't support him. It's not that deep, bro. That shit is not that deep. We're gonna get to some Dev talking in a minute, but let's keep rolling, y'all. Y'all hit that like button. Shout out to Cash Sports, the box story. My dog. Yeah, man. Hopefully that fight can happen, man. I hope. I really do. I really do.
Known as the best fighter in the world, and he had finally achieved it. He was
Mm-hmm.
There was
Shout
no
out to
one
Damon,
who could
son of
say
God.
there was
good,
no
homie.
better fighter, and he was finally at that spot where now he could dictate on who I want to fight and the money amount. That's why I think for me, I was like, whoa, I thought it was somewhat surprising that he left at this point because he was finally in the position where he could pick his opponent and the number that he wanted, things that like Canelo has been doing for years.
I mean, Terrence not one of them guys. He's a risk taker. No disrespect to the guys that been in that position before where they dictate and choose, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight this guy. Bud Crawford is not that type of guy. Bud Crawford want to fight the best. He want to challenge himself. He want to get up and train super hard and know that he's going against a guy that's a lot of people feel as though they could beat him. So with him being in that position, as far as a businessman and all that stuff, I don't think that he's a businessman, but I don't think in that situation it really wakes him up. Like he needs something that's going to wake him up. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, oh, y'all think I can't jump up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo Alvarez? Bet I'm gonna do it just because y'all think that I can't do it. So, he's not that type of guy. He's a real risk taker.
And look, man, I agree with what Cora is saying. Look, I understand. And real quick, shout out to Mike Kirkland, always supporting the grind. Much love, much appreciation. So if you're giving fighters that just do, fighting a hard job to make a living. You get me? That's why I say we gotta. Y'all know me. I'm a broken record. Y'all know what my fight is. Giving these dudes the proper credit, man, instead of sitting up talking about what we is not, how good we not, how good, like, bro. And I can't stress this enough. It frustrates me, bro. I can't explain. Sometimes I don't have the words to describe the rare company that some of these fighters put themselves in with their accomplishments and our own people, because of maybe you ain't like something he said on Twitter or in an interview or whatever. Like we'll spend countless time going at that guy and not giving him the credit that's due, that he earned. I'm not saying pat the man on the back and tell me the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not trying to tell you to put him number one in your all-time or your Mount Rushmore. I'm just saying acknowledge how special that man was. Acknowledge that what we witnessed was a generational talent in one hell of a run. One hell of a run. But instead of seeing it for what it is, we pick and poke at it. Like I said, I just seen it. Somebody said Bud resume ain't shit when you think about it. Like it's really ass. I was like, bro, what? This is, see? I'm glad he gone. I'm glad he gone. Thank you, Bud Crawford, for your services in boxing, beating ass from 2008 all the way up into 2025, bro. Thank you. Thank you for beating ass the 42 times you did it. I had you messed up one of the times because I had you losing the Spence, and I'll be the first to say it. But damn it, I seen it for what it is, man. That shit was a generational run. That shit was special. You probably won't see another one like it, bro. You probably won't see another one like it. I don't care. You think about it, man. And when it's all said and done, let's see how many people resumes be actually better than his when it's all said and done. Watch what I tell you. Watch. The dude literally went out challenging himself all the way 38 years old, had Canelo Alvarez looking like the 40-year-old. Man, yo, you can't make this shit up. And they told us we was stupid for picking him. Remember, Joe, what was his name? What was the coach, the trainer? I think it was Joe Diaz. I think it was him. He said, man, not to be disrespectful, but man, you're stupid if you picking Crawford. If you think Crawford going to beat Canelo. He told people they stupid. Now look, I guess he the stupid one, right? Now he's sitting there. Now you got to say, oh, yeah, he proved me wrong. He been proving people wrong. That's why I told y'all, man, if y'all had let up all Bud Crawford a long time ago, maybe he wouldn't have fought with that chip on his shoulder. Y'all created the beast, and y'all don't even accept or appreciate the beast that you created because you shitted on the man with every win, everything he do, from Ricky Burns all the way to Canelo, Earl Spence, you name him. Every single person he fight, they got a problem with. Even when he beating these dudes up, knocking people out that never been knocked out. You get what I'm saying? making gold medalists quit in the ring. You get what I'm trying to say? Beating the quote unquote the truth, the boogeyman at 147, right? Mr. PBC himself and Earl Spence. You get what I'm saying? That shit is crazy to me. Man, I don't get it. Yeah, Bud Crawford, I thank you for your services, man. I really do. I appreciate your services, bro. I appreciate it. Ain't no way in hell I'm spending my time talking about what he not when he showed me 42 times what he is. And from 2014 all the way championship level. Challenge after challenge after challenge, bro. That shit ain't easy, bro. And that's why you can't find nobody else that'll be able to do the shit. That's just why you can't find nobody else that'll be able to match what that man showed you he capable of, man. Watch how long it be before you probably see another God blazed the trail, snatching up undisputed the way he did it. You get what I'm saying? You probably won't see it again. Shout out, big shout out to the Queen Lisa standing up for the sport with the big donation, a $100 donation. Much love, much appreciation to the Queen Lisa.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
And I'll say this because I'm not making it about Bud, but it's relevant to the conversation. Resumes don't win fights. I know it's a barometer and how you measure how good you feel like a fighter is. I understand that, but that's not the end all be all. That's not the only way to rate a fighter. That's not the only criteria, right? You get what I'm saying? Look at the performances, right? He's never had a split decision, a majority decision. Their UDs are knockouts. He had a welterweight run. How long was his welterweight run? Was it 6 years or so? All knockouts. He had a run of all knockouts. And then you guess how they try to downplay that? Oh, well, he only fight once a year. Man, you can't make this shit up. I'm telling you, you can't, bro. Everything he do that's considered something that's great, where if your favorite fighter would have walked the same shoes that Bud Crawford do, you will be saying he is the pound for pound best fighter in the world. I'm willing to bet any amount of money on that shit. Your favorite fighter walked the same exact shoes as Terrence Bud Crawford, and he found himself at 42-0, 38 years old, 3-time undisputed, 5-division world champion. What are we talking about? You'll be saying, man, how are y'all even arguing who the best is? And that's my energy, because that describes what Terrence Crawford is, bro. That shit ain't regular. Let's not act like it is. What you seen him do, how he did it, all the way out to making his money on the way out. You ain't, that shit ain't normal. That's not regular. That's not something you see every day. You don't get to see a Bud Crawford every time you turn around. There's not a handful of Bud Crawfords within the sport. Watch what kind of void it be. And I'm not saying in terms of popularity. I'm talking about in terms of consistency, being a for sure bet, representing the sport at the highest level. Watch what kind of void it be when he out of there. And that's why I say people going to appreciate him on a different level, because you're going to be able to realize how special he was. Think about how many people was more popular than him or picked to be this or that. And look how many of those guys that he outlasted is what I'm saying. That shit ain't regular, bro. That's why I rock with it. I don't know him personally, but just the fighter. I'm strictly talking to boxing. That dude could kick some ass, man, and make it fun. He took chances. He had the temperament. He wanted to hurt you. He wanted to knock you out. He was smart. He moved up to a weight class that they said he was light in the ass in. They said he was too light in the ass for 47. And then he got right up there and started knocking everybody out. Sean Porter never been stopped. You get in there and stop him. You get what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's keep rolling, man. Hit that like button, man. We got 70 people in the building. Let's keep rolling, y'all. And big shout out to the Queen.
I got the feeling, and listen, this is just me, Shakur. I really believe that 2026 is your year, for the simple fact you're starting off with this banger. You got guys like Gervonta, who's out of the ring. It's like, man, I just believe all eyes are going to be on you. When you visualized it, how do you see 2026 panning out for you?
I think I'm becoming a big superstar in the making.
It's a good start to 2026.
This is my year. I feel like I'm going to put it all on the line. I'm going to fight for my legacy. And truthfully, I am a superstar. Like, I'm born superstar. I've been trying to run from it my entire career, but at the end of the day, I finally just know now, step in my shoes and enjoy it. This is what God wants for me, and I got to follow God's path.
Yeah.
And look, I get it. When people hear him say he is star, they like, star, he can't say take it, blah, 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 blah. in his mind, with the work he putting in, his trajectory, the rare company I think he will obviously put himself in if he gets the win Saturday. He is a star in his own right? You get what I'm saying? He does have an audience, a fan base. He does have people that support him. If you ever been to his fights, you know that, right? You know that. He ain't saying, I'm bigger than this one or that one. He just saying, look, I'm stepping in my shoes, bro. I'm embracing this shit. I'm a star in my own right. I'm chasing greatness. I'm making money, and you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me that I'm not great. You get what I'm saying? You can't even name another fighter with the same exact accolades. You can't even name another fighter with the same exact accolades, but you'll be quick to talk about how he not great. But you can't name a handful of fighters that's doing that shit what he doing. That's why I say, man, with him, I think we might be witnessing something special as well. You know what I mean? He just got to stay the course, stay locked in, stay hungry like he doing, keep chasing and just keep proving people wrong. Keep proving people wrong. That's all.
Yeah, but my question is, why would you try to run from that, man? Because for years people have been saying it's either Shakur or Tank Davis. Why run from that spotlight?
Because it's overrated. It's an overrated position.
It is.
You got to realize when you get into that spotlight, it is a lot of great things that come with it, the money, the success, and all of that stuff. But it's a lot of negatives too. You have people in your business. You have people that want to tear you down just because of the position that you in. So you go places and you got to watch where you at, how you move. It's people that are seen in that position to where they barely could go to the bathroom by themselves without 6, 7 security guards following behind them. So like I said, it's an overrated position, and I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it's God's path though. It's God's path, and that's where He want to take me. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like we be putting too much emphasis on stars, superstars, and all that shit. At the end of the day, you know what you looking at and what we be talking about is some of the best fighters in boxing, man. These dudes are stars in their own right because they're constantly talked about. I mean, how could you convince me if I box and I've proven myself through 3 divisions already to be one of the absolute best fighters after proving as an amateur to be one of the best fighters? How you gonna tell me what I'm not? I'm winning. I'm accomplished. I'm chasing greatness. I'm making money. People do watch me. I can sell tickets. Who are you to say what I'm not? I'm getting paid like one too. You get what I'm saying? So it's a slippery slope. I don't watch people just because I think you're a superstar. I don't give a damn about that. That's for the fighter. The only person that benefits off of God being a star is the actual talent, right? The fans we don't get paid for him being a star. You get me? So I watch people because of how talented they are. And when it comes to that, we're talking about and we're looking at and we're discussing one of the most talented guys in boxing, 2 of the most talented guys in boxing in both Tio and Shakur. You don't have to like it. Those are just the facts. That's what they've proven in their careers thus far. I think they're both 28 years old. They both proven to be at a level where that's just not no ordinary fighter. Tio is not an ordinary fighter. Neither is Shakur. He's not a run-of-the-mill fighter. Neither is Shakur. Like, we talking about really, really good, really great talents, bro. Now, how far they'll go remains to be seen. But we've seen Tio stumble, but we've seen him get back right. We've seen him when people betted against him and thought he was going to lose. We've seen how he shined. We've seen Shakur have his worst night of his life offensively against De Los Santos. We've seen him bounce back, right? So you've seen bits of adversity in different levels with each of these guys. And that's when you put all of that shit together on Saturday night, you get a great fight. And I think the winner goes on to do some really good things. How great they'll be, it remains to be seen. It's early. But I think if it's Shakur, I think the sky's the limit for him, man. Just keep continuing to be smart. Allow your team to continue to guide you and help put you in the best position possible. You're doing this shit the right way. And I think a very special, interesting point of your career takes place and it starts with an actual win, especially if you make a statement. And a statement doesn't mean you got to get a knockout or a stoppage, but statement. You get what I'm saying? Leave no doubt. Do what Shakur Stevenson do. And I think you'll go on to do great things. Teofimo Lopez, you could upset this guy, the dude that people feel like, he's proven that show to be the best defensive guy in boxing. You get what I'm saying? Highest plus minus, right? The accolades, silver medal, like highly touted, amateur this, right? All the praise from the best, the Wars, the Mayweathers, the Bud Crawfords, right? all these different people. You go in there and you dethrone that guy, you beat him for stepping to the plate and show him that he don't belong at 140. I think you can go on and do some great things. That's what it is. The winner of this fight can really put themselves in a special space, and this will be the most quality win, I think, on either the guy's resume, which also makes the stakes a little more higher. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. I can't wait for it, man.
I love it. What is your goal, ultimate goal, especially for this year in the ring?
My ultimate goal this year in the ring is conquer. I want to conquer. I want to make as much money as possible. I want my legacy to be defined by me taking risks, doing challenges that people don't do in this sport. There's a lot of people in my position that they sit at 135, but they wouldn't dare go to 140 and fight the guy that's the guy. They wouldn't dare take that risk. So I just want my legacy to be defined by a guy that took risks and wasn't scared to put it all on the line and still got the job done.
Oh, I love that. One guy.
I mean, I do respect it going right from your weight class in the middle of campaigning at 35, where you've been doing your thing at, right? And you realize with the landscape and availability or non-availability of these guys that it wasn't, the biggest opportunity existed up, 5 pounds north of where you was at. And I think that's dope. And they got on the phone. And I think I said this before, that could be a new way for these fights to be made. These guys getting on the phone and speaking to each other. There's no harm in that. If you really want something, y'all got to take the punches anyway. Why won't y'all get on the same page? Seems to me that when fighters are able to open that line of communication and not allow their teams to do all of the heavy lifting, then they, they're successful, right? At making a fight that they want. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. We're going to see. We're going to see, man. I like the moves. I like what he's doing, man. Shout out to Ray Davis, my Jersey brethren, man. Gary Russell Jr., overlooked Teal, chasing Bud. Gary Russell Jr., overlooked Teal. Gary Russell. Ryan from the 6, my dog. What's good with it, man? Great show. I serve 88, my dog, man. To fight the lineal champion at 140, right? It's a great
who certainly got on
challenge,
social
really
media.
Challenge.
He called you boring, but he had a whole lot of other names for you, and you guys had some heated back and forth on social media. And I guess here's my question: do you believe we will finally see Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis in 2026?
Fuck him. I don't even want to speak on him. I don't got too much to say about him.
Right.
Wow. And if I may, tell me why. Where is that heat come from?
I don't talk on people who feel as though I need them, because I don't need nobody. I'm a big superstar in my own right. I make a lot of big money in my own right, and I don't need nobody. So yeah, I don't want to speak on.
And I don't know if you've seen this.
Now
We
look,
had
real
your good
quick.
friend Keyshawn
Got about
Davis.
80 people in the building. Y'all hit that like button, y'all. Let's keep building, man. Let's keep building. Support the channel. We got more to get to. We just breaking this down. I'm giving my thoughts. Look, I get what he's saying. He don't want nobody to feel like he need him to for his career to be what it is, for him to be successful. And why I could level with that, because that was the conversation. Shakur, Tank don't need Shakur. Shakur need Tank. Shakur need Tank. And when in reality, both of those guys, to truly prove how great they are, like they need each other. Tank need the names like the Shakur Stevensons of the world to continue to solidify his legacy, if that's something he wants to chase, right? Shakur Stevenson, he's a guy, he say it all the time. He just said in this interview, he want people to look at him and his legacy. He great. So they needed each other respectfully for that reason alone, right? On some boxing stuff, boxers need a great dance partner. They would have been great dance partners for each other. So in terms of, do they need? No, they can fight just how they doing without fighting each other and continue to make money, be successful, and be at the top of the sport. But I don't think for the people there would have been no better fight for either of them than each other. And I think that's whoever is deeper than winning and losing, is like, that's a fight that boxing needed. That's a fight that the Shakur Stevenson, a guy that's been hungry to prove himself and how great he is, that's the kind of challenges you need. Those are the kind of names that you do need to solidify yourself. But in terms of what he's saying, like, do you need in terms of Like, do you need Tank to be successful and to be able to make money? No. But that's how the fans was like, they celebrated. Think about it. When he said he was turning his back, people celebrated and they laughed. They told, he said, get it out the mud. No money for you. Like, that's what people was doing. Like some nana boo boo. And then he went and now he getting some real, getting to it. And it's like, they still got an issue. So, you know what I mean? We already know they ain't too fond of each other. They don't care for each other too tough. And I think it's the competitive shit. So at the end of the day, he's been very consistent. Look, stop asking me about him. He told us he was turning his back. The fight was over with. I'm on to something else. I don't need him per se to continue to be successful and be one of the best. And I think that's what people, they hate. That's one of the harsh realities, the ugly truths. People don't want to acknowledge the fact that they both don't need each other. But on some boxing, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Because they would be the best guy each other has fought, right? And the amount of praise that the winner would get, and dare I say the respect that the loser would get, right? Going through those guys, y'all going through each other, fighting each other, that's something my boxing need, and that's something that, you know, a guy like Shakur that's chasing legacy and greatness, that's something that you could use, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. You're not crying over spilled milk. You can't make the fight by yourself. Everybody got to be on the same page, all parties involved, right? That's Team Stevenson, that's Team Davis, right? They all got to be involved. Network, somebody got to really be interested in the fight and make the fight as a realistic option rather than just a talking point in an argument on YouTube. So shout out to Tank. Hope everything worked out in his favor. But I like this energy core on. He ain't focused on that dude. He can't do nothing. It's nothing to say there. It's really nothing to say. So the F them, they meant they'd be all right. Tank has said a lot worse than that. So he just like, look, I'm on to the next. We not fighting, and it is what it is. Al Booger, what's good with it, homie? How you feeling? Dank, what's good, bro? Let's keep going.
On The Last Stand. And the crazy thing was, I asked him the same question. Will we finally see Shakur and Tank in the ring? And his response was, listen, I'm the guy that Tank doesn't want to fight, he said, because we spar, and I tried to beat him up after we sparred. I'm his kryptonite, and I will knock Tank out, and he knows that. Obviously, the quote has gone viral, and people are like, whoa. Give me your thoughts, because you know them both. What would you think about if those two ever fought?
I pick Keyshawn against anybody. That's my brother. So
straight facts boxing. What it do?
He's a businessman, and he's not just a businessman. He's a superior athlete, and anybody he fight, I think he beats him.
He also said he would never ever. Even though I know Andre Ward had asked you that once, y'all may have to fight each other eventually. Keyshawn said, I would never fight Shakur Stevenson. Is the feeling mutual?
Yeah, vice versa. We wouldn't fight each other. It ain't never gonna happen.
Wow.
And real quick, not even to get into all of that, I see people still mad about that. Look, they what they got going on with each other is deeper than boxing. It's deeper than boxing, and for that reason, they don't feel like they got to punch each other in the face. They too competitive. You feel like it'll ruin the relationship, and you can obviously tell from the way both of these guys speak about each other that it's like a brotherly bond. But blood wouldn't make them no closer. It's a mutual thing, and like I said, some shit just deeper than boxing, right? He obviously valued this dude in a way where he's not willing to risk it all just for a couple of hours, and we don't know how much money they would make to pay them to fight each other anyway. It's not even a realistic option. So that's one of them things where I understand completely what they're saying. But shit, people wanted to see it bad enough, offer the right amount of money. You never know what could happen. But at the end of the day, I think it's so many other matchups in the sport to be crying over just one. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. If they ever fight, I'll be right there watching. If they don't, it is what it is. We're just going to keep rolling. Yeah, facts. It really is. It really is, especially when they both been consistent about what they're saying. And like I said, man, you've seen somebody at their lowest in their most vulnerable moments in life. I just don't think you've conditioned your mind to want to beat that person up, right? And it's people in life that you just don't see yourself ever putting hands on. At least I got people like that. I know people like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know one thing you did do. You had the opportunity to spar with Jake Paul. Because you had to get him ready for Tank when he was going to fight. What was that like?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I went down there for the experience of being around a businessman like like Jake Paul. Honestly, he want to get the experience when it comes to the sparring. But me, honestly, seeing what he done with the female sport of boxing and
Yeah.
his own promotional company, MVP Promotions, I just like to pick people's brains and be around
Facts, Mike. They the best. They the
that
two
that
best.
mindset to where like, okay, I see what you did here, I see what you did here, and maybe I want to use some of the things for my own situation when I get in the position to do it. So honestly, it was a great experience, and he's definitely a good guy. A lot of people judge him for being like the businessman he is off camera.
Yeah.
Well, on camera, but off camera, he's actually like a cool, humble,
Hmm.
like human being. So that was good to really like know.
And from
And see, it's crazy that he got super criticized for going over there to spar Jake Paul. But I told people, man, he that shit ain't about boxing for him because it ain't no boxing that Jake Paul about to teach no Shakur Stevenson. That shit was more so like Jake has found a way, a lane in boxing. He's carved it out and it's working for him. Like a young guy like a Shakur that's looking to, learn some shit. It might be a good conversation or two that they can have. You never know. That's why I say everything ain't just boxing related. It wasn't about, let's team up so he can beat Tank. The dudes trained with him and said, yo, he ain't beating no Tank Davis, but people ignore that part and say, oh, why you helping him? Bro, he just told you it was about business. So I respect the man that's about their business. You know what I'm saying? And I rock with it. You know what I'm saying? So Jake is a guy that, like I said, you can ignore him all you want, but he's found a way to carve out a lane in this niche sport that we love called boxing. And shit has been working for him. So you just never know. Maybe he could have a conversation or some insight, something that, that the information that they could share or something like that. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? But everything ain't about trying to, let's attack this guy. Let's team up so you can, it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that he put that out there. And again, you never know. It could be you never know. Maybe he could fight on the platform too. Just keeping your options open with the way boxing is changing, right? Jake Paul got something going on. I believe a deal or something with Netflix. He never fought on Netflix. It'd be crazy to see him fight on that. So you just never know when you're keeping your options open and seeing what's on the table. I'm just spitballing. Like you just never know what kind of conversation those dudes could have. I could see it being a positive one, right? Moving forward. I mean, shout out to my dog Al Booger. How you feeling, bro? Let's keep rolling, man.
Shakur, obviously cruiserweight will probably be his best weight, not heavyweight. Do you think he could be, in your opinion, from a fighting standpoint, a contender? Or, obviously he talks about he wants to be a champion, but what do you think?
Man, no disrespect to like the fighters in the sport of boxing, but sometimes these guys don't be seeming like that good to me. So honestly, yeah, I think he can campaign at a cruiserweight and do something. I don't know if he would be a top guy at that level, but he definitely can campaign there. I would enjoy to see it.
Man.
I would love to see it.
One person, you talked about female fighting. One person who goes harder, I think, for Shakur Stevenson than anybody in this world is Clarissa Shields. I mean, you can't say nothing bad about her man and Shakur Stevenson because she goes hard. And she even said you guys even sparred one time. You were giving her some good work. What was that
crazy
like?
Sparring Clarissa, he
giving
bogus.
her work, trying to get her even better.
Hell, of course, Clarissa doing sparring.
Why you two have such a special relationship?
Honestly, I think we have a special relationship because winners connect. When we was younger, we went to the OTC together, and her room was actually like right next to my room. So like, she always been like a big sister to me, like somebody that I could really like talk to, and she'd tell me her problems. I tell her my problems, but far as like winners, like that winning mindset and pushing each other to new limits and knocking on your door, get up, come on, we gotta go train. She knock on my door, get up, let's go train. So honestly, I don't speak too much on sparring. I try to keep sparring in the gym. But yeah, at the end of the day, she helped push me to a new level. I helped her push to a new level, and same way she got my back, I got her back.
What do you think about all the reaction she gets though on social media?
I told you people hate winners. People hate winners. You know, guys like, let's say, Ryan Garcia, could go out there and just say the craziest things and talk a certain way. But when Clarissa do it, it's a big problem. But they don't get on Ryan Garcia the same way that they get on the Clarissa. And it's like, how is Ryan Garcia able to go do what he do, but Clarissa can't? And she wins and dominates and is the best 2-time Olympic gold medalist, undisputed. How can we respect that? And I think, to be honest, it's sad to say, I think it's within our own people. I think our people gotta open their eyes and see what's going on, because other races gonna protect and support their guys regardless. And we don't feel the same way about our own culture. We shit on our own culture. And I think that's what it is when it come down to Clarissa, to where these people that's our people are clowning and talking bad on her. And she's a damn fucking GOAT. Like, she goes in that ring and her craft is just the highest of levels. And yeah, she talk crazy. Yeah, she want to entertain y'all, but at the end of the day, she's doing this for y'all. So respect her and support her.
As
And look, I just want to speak on this. It's facts, yo. Clarissa, Bud, SOG, and Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Like, you name it. Like, the best fighters in the world respect this man game and his hustle. But to his point about Clarissa and calling out the media, do you see what I'm saying? You hearing more and more fighters call out the media for attacking fighters and tearing our own down. I've watched people run amok on YouTube with Clarissa's name and all types of titles and all types of negativity attached to her name. And the most disturbing part about it all is a lot of it was coming from men. You expect, women is women. I ain't arguing with no women. They're going to do how they do. Much love to the ladies. But the men, to see them put so much effort into tearing her down, going at her, all the stuff that they're, all these so-called L's that she was taking had nothing to do with boxing. That's the most disappointing part about it all. It's like, damn, bro, none of this even got nothing to do with boxing. When it comes to boxing, you can't, that's a short conversation if you're trying to be negative. It's a very short conversation because she's very accomplished. And I just wanted to say this, like, name me another undefeated combat athlete. And we all know she didn't lose to Savannah Marshall for real in the amateurs. We all know that, right? We all know that. We seen the fight. For those that really watched it, she didn't really lose to her. They took that fight from her. So aside from that robbery that we clearly know that was, we talking about one of the most accomplished combat athletes in the history of the sport, as well as being a potential undefeated combat athlete as an amateur and pro. That's something you never heard of. That's unheard of. So I agree with Core. I'm in tune. He's speaking he talking my talk. He's speaking my language, tearing people down, attacking her online, all these, over analyzing the girl relationship, not really talking about the fight that she got coming up. Like, I'd rather talk about everything else to try to somehow knock her off, her damn, her pedestal, or I don't even want to say that, her throne, because she is the GOAT. People try to take her name, label other people to GOAT, all types of weird stuff. So I'm with Core. I've seen it way too much for my liking the last few weeks. It's been the nastiest stuff that I've seen ever. Like, it been men going at Clarissa Shields for every little thing. And it just, I don't think it's that deep, bro. I think she is somebody that deserves the support of the community. She put on for the people. She come from a damn town where they can't even drink the water, man. She come from where you can't even drink the damn water, bro. Come on, man. Like, she come from humble beginnings. She had her glow up. She earned everything she got. You telling me she don't deserve support because she called out men, because she talk about beating up men in a male-dominated sport where you got to fight for everything tooth and nail? She got to fight for the name GOAT, and she made it a thing. And that's nasty work. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm not saying everything she do is right. I'm not saying applaud her for every little thing and agree with everything she say and do. But for the most part, overall, she's done a lot more good for the sport than bad, and she represents the sport at the highest level. And if you had a daughter in the sport of boxing, you would want her to be, anywhere. You would want her to be as successful as a Clarissa Shields, right? You can't look at her and say, my daughter box, I would want her to be nothing like that. That's BS, because she's a genuine, true winner. And a couple of people that I've gotten to ask about what type of person Clarissa Shields is, simply and only asked the question because she was getting so much flack, right? I asked people what kind of person she is. Say she a real one. She's solid. She a good person. I've seen her interacting live at fights. You know what I'm saying? Taking pictures with people, multiple pictures with the same person, like taking time, signing shit. Like she one of them. She's a solid person, bro. She'll take time. She's approachable. So I just felt like she need more support than rhetoric and people tearing her down. It's just nasty work, bro. It's just something I just can't say I appreciate it, bro. Seeing her go crazy about you know, just think people go crazy about the littlest things, man. It don't be that deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the man talk either. I don't like to hear her talk about fighting men because I never want to see it. But when it comes to handling her business, stepping on shit, taking on all challenges, not ducking smoke, being a true champion, that's what she is, man. She embraced that at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? So our people got to do a better job at not tearing our own down. Because like I said, we'll never win that way. We can't have old media tearing us down, content creators tearing the fighters down, fans tearing the fighters down. Before you know it, nobody is creating any kind of conversations or dialogue that'll make people want to watch boxing, right? You gonna make people want to just criticize, like, and I feel like some people really watch boxing to just, you know, be negative. I really do. But again, I level with Clarissa Shields. I rock with her. And I feel like she done way more good for the sport of boxing than bad. And I don't think she deserved the slander. Criticism, that's one thing. All fighters get criticized, but I don't think she deserved none of the slander that she been getting. Criticism is fair, but the slander is a different breed, man. So I rock with what Core's saying right here. And like I said, we got a responsibility. We got to do a better job at highlighting what's dope about the sport and what's dope about the boxers that represent the sport at the highest level, instead of creating dialogue and conversations that just breed negativity and more rhetoric. Like boxing don't need that. We need more people that's educated on what's going on. So when you up here for 2-3 hours, however long you doing your live stream, you're really having conversations that can help people enjoy boxing, want to watch it, be excited for the fights. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like people doing this shit for all the wrong reasons. So like I said, I'm gonna always fight the good fight, man.
Very well said. I like that. That was very well said, Shakur. You mentioned him. What do you think? It has been finalized. Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. What do you think about that fight?
It depends on which version of Ryan show up. You know, Ryan is a great fighter in his own right. Some nights I see Ryan Garcia show up and I'm like, "Ooh, this guy can fight." And then some nights he show up and he's like, "Oh, what's up with this guy?" So I don't know if it's the steroids. I can't tell you if he's on, if he's off, and he's not performing like the guy that he should be. But it just depends on which version of him show up. The good Ryan comes in and beats Barrios, I think, but the Ryan that shows up with the off night, I don't think he'll beat him.
I'm happy. I love that. What you said, because we had Ryan too on the Last Stand, and obviously I asked him about
you too, bro.
Your
Much
fight.
love to my guy.
Now, total honesty, he believes that you should win the fight, and he said that he would love to fight Shakur Stevenson. In fact, I'm going to quote him what he said about you. "I would destroy him. It would be an easy payday." Talking about you, Shakur. "I'm too big. I'm too fast for him, and he can't punch," end quote.
I mean, that sounds good. Like I said, all these guys could say all of the things outside the ring, but like I said, who knows which Ryan is going to show up? I know one thing: if he do gets in the ring with me, he will be tested, and he will be tested plenty of times leading up to the fight. So as long as we got his steroids in check, it won't be no problem.
Devin Haney,
Ryan
do you ever
Garchita.
see Shakur
That's
Stevenson?
funny. That's funny, B. Hayes. I never heard of that one, Ryan Garchita. We do that shit based on Vibes to Layla. Yeah, facts like a dog. That's a fact, bro. That's why I said, man, I've seen people really justifying it. Like, think about it. They was justifying slander because she talked about beating men. Like, I don't like it either. I just rather tune that out. But that don't make her such a bad person. I don't mean she deserved to get, slandered. That don't mean she deserved to get, her name, attached to other people's. Oh, well, this one's the GOAT. Well, that one's the GOAT. No, she's the GOAT. Get me? So it's like, nah, man, I don't see enough reasons to be mad at her. She ain't perfect, right? You know what I'm saying? She done had many battles. She done made herself vulnerable. We done learned about her upbringing. Like I said, she come from somewhere where you can't even drink the damn tap water, bro. You hear me? That's crazy, man. She always fought for something bigger than just herself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, think about it. They've been slighting her for the longest, like, and trying ways to undermine what she's accomplished and what she stands for. They find the most pettiest things, and they see, look, she said this. Did you see her? Did you see her? She's messing with Papoose. It's like, bro, shut up, man. Did you see the fight? Did you see her last fight? Did you see her put down that big ass girl at heavyweight? Did you see that? Did you see her go out there and put on a master class and beat this chick up and have her run around the ring? Did you see that? Like, we don't be talking enough of boxing when it comes to Clarissa. We be talking about all the stuff that shouldn't really be our concern and focal point, because the reason we watch her is not because of her relationship life, not because she's perfect. We watch her because she is in that boxing ring, though, so I'm always standing with Clarissa. I rock with her, man. I rock with boxing, all the boxing. Support these individuals because I think that's what they deserve.
And Devin Haney fighting.
I would love to make that fight. Like I said before, it got to be some negotiations going on with all of these guys that's way bigger than me. I don't plan on going to 147 pounds. That wasn't really my intent, but yeah, I did see an opportunity with a Conor Ben with a guy who puts a rematch, rehydration clause on Chris Eubank Jr. So I say, I'll do the same rehydration clause and beat you up too. And people kind of took that and they say, oh, well, he'll fight Conor Ben at 147, but he won't fight Devin Haney. Well, I'll fight Devin Haney at 147 too. I don't I don't care. I'm the guy who you line it up and it all makes sense business-wise. We get in the ring, but I'm also going to make sure business-wise everything makes sense. I'm not no idiot. I don't just do things out of emotions or what people say online. I move strategically, and I also will be on point when it comes to fight night.
And look, I pause it there because that's the comments that had people going crazy. And look, I had to ask the question, Devin Haney next biggest fight. You never know. I hear people eyeing the winner of this fight. You hear the Raymond Moraes put his bid in for eyeing the winner of this fight. You heard a couple of different guys, right? Look, it always been a thing about them fighting each other since they've been sparring, since they sparring went viral, since they was young in the game, both of them. So I love the conversation about the fight, but how you gonna get there is where it gets tricky, because I'm just calling for what it is. You're talking about a guy that started at 126 and a guy that started at 135. So you're talking about a dude that started 2 weight classes above where Shakur at. Shakur, after Saturday, would have competed in 4 different weight classes. Going to 147 would be his 5th weight class, right? You know what I mean? That's Devin's 3rd. So when he say it got to be like some type of agreement or understanding, because let's just call it for what it is. Like, you could say he big, but for those that seen him in person, met him, shook his hand, any of that, gauged him, he not that big, definitely not that tall. He clearly started 2 weight classes below. So let you know right there, he's naturally the smaller guy, and he would be in his 5th weight class to fight Devin Haney. I'm not for or against the rehydration clause. I think with certain fights, it makes sense. With my understanding of what the definition of the rehydration clause and what the reason that is implemented, I'm cool with it for certain circumstances, right? Shakur never created it. I know he's criticized Tank in the past for rehydration clauses, but this is the issue. They've made it seem like Tank puts rehydration clauses on guys that are in the same weight class with him, and that's false. Rehydration clauses, to my knowledge, unless it's something that I don't know about and I don't think I'm wrong, it's Mario Barrios. He fought at 140, well out his weight class, like what Shakur is talking about, right? But he not putting the rehydration calls on T.O. He going up there fighting him. But then 47 is out of his weight class. So now you start thinking differently, right? The same way when they're Tank Davis, a guy that's not a 40-pounder, you fought there, put a rehydration clause on Barrios. Why? Because he's a big dude, right? When Tank did it, I had nothing to say about it. When that information came out that he had one on Barrios, I didn't shit on it. I understood it for what it was. These dudes are guys that are shrinking down in weight classes. And yes, I respect you for killing yourself, making the weight, being disciplined and all that. But then y'all shoot up after weigh-in and you're 2-3 weight classes above where you weighed in at. And that's where the loophole is in boxing. So when Tank Davis knowing this, Mario Barrios is a big guy. He knowing that Brian Garcia is a big guy. This is why he had rehydration clauses on him, right? So for me, Devin would be in his 3rd weight class, Shakur in his 5th. Need I say more, right? Because again, now it's cool for Shakur to do it, right? 5 weight classes. Think about it. For Devin to be in 5 weight classes or to do exactly what Shakur doing, that means he'll have to go up, fight one of the champions at 154, and then move up an additional weight class to 160 and fight one of the champions there. So I'm cool with it either way, but I want to know what the Hanos fans feel about, him competing in 5 weight classes, right? Y'all see Devin competing at 160, 154? Because that's what Shakur be doing. You know what I'm saying? That Devin Haney have to move up to 54, fight a champion there, right? Move up again, fight another champion there to be in 5 weight classes. So I understand what Shakur is saying when he said got to be some compromise. Would I love to see the fight with no clauses, no nothing, and just see them fight? Absolutely. But I'm not going to act like I don't understand the reason why he would even throw out the idea of a rehydration clause. This is not like these guys are the same size. This is dudes that started 2 weight classes apart. But people want to ignore that. He don't walk around that much, and he don't rehydrate a whole lot from what he said, right? Devin Haney's a fat kid at heart. That's what he said. He blows up in between fights. Not saying he gets fat, but chubby can get face, cheeks get all fat, right? They're just 2 different body types. Devin taller, longer. Get what I'm saying? Obviously a bigger body. So when I hear Shakur say that, I don't think he's scared of none of that. I just think he ain't stupid. You know what I mean? Just like anybody else. If I'm campaigning in my 5th weight class to your 3rd, and that 5th weight class is arguably out of my, you get what I'm saying, where I'm going to compete at, then you can see why he would want to compromise. Now, I can see if he ever planned on campaigning at 47, then if you there, you just got to fight, right? But it is what it is. It's not that big a deal. I think it's one of those things where you cross the bridge when they get there. But I just wanted to highlight that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the biggest deal. I get it. He said something about Tank doing it. But again, when it's time for you to go in there and make a fight, and you giving up a lot of size, that rehydration should start making a little bit more sense. So I get it. It's people that's for it or against it. I'm neither or. I ain't for or against it. If you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. My preference, I wish I could just see the fight with no strings attached, see him go up there and do what he do, because I think he's good enough, talented enough to do exactly that. But he got to feel that way, and maybe he feel like he'd be giving up too much. So, I don't think that makes him scary or none of that. I think it's a bit weird, though, that they started talking about fighting him while he was still at lightweight, and they 2 weight classes up, and nobody has a problem with it. Nobody looking at it for what it is. Shakur Stevenson was 2 weight classes up, calling somebody out. I know the world will have a whole lot to say about it. But when it's him, they're not even considering that. That'd be, like I said, it's 5th weight class to somebody's 3rd, giving up a lot of size. You know what I'm saying? You're probably giving up a lot of weight with a guy that's going to rehydrate 20, 25 pounds. So I'm just being real. Yeah, you might weigh in at 47, but on fight night, you mess around, be like 170, 170 plus. Like you close to a damn light heavyweight on fight night. That's nothing close to a welterweight. Just think about that. From welterweight, you got 54, 60, 68, 75. That's 4 weight classes up of where you weighed in at. And y'all telling me y'all don't see the issue with that? I get it. You make the weight, you make the weight. But blowing up to the point where you are 3 and 4 weight classes above where you weighed in at, is you finding the legal loophole, in my opinion. Whoever does it, I don't care how many fighters do it. Shakur do it, same applies for him. You are a guy that rehydrates 3 to 4 weight classes up where you weighed in at, there's clearly an issue, and you clearly looking to have a wild advantage. But fighters like him and his team know better. So I don't think they're going to put him in a position where he's just giving away all his advantages like that. I just don't think so. So people could say he's scared, he don't want to fight, only go up to 47 and fight him. You could say that until you blow in the face. But if that shit don't make sense for him, I don't think he's gonna do a shout out to Shell, man. Nah, I mean, in terms of like, can he still be successful in the sport and do his thing without him? Absolutely he can. So do he need him per se? No. I mean, but he definitely, legacy-wise, he do. You know what I'm saying? The clause or don't. Nah, that's how I'm looking at it, bro, because I'm just being real. That's the best way I could lay it out. I get it. Some people are against the rehydration stuff, but again, we just watched Chris Eubank do it. I mean, accept it twice with Conor Benn. Nobody criticized Conor Benn for doing it, even though he said he didn't care. He'd fight him at whatever weight. So that's gonna be the issue. Shout out to Frequent. That's gonna be the issue. Hannibal was good. It's gonna be the issue, bro. Sammy, what it do, homie? That's gonna be the issue with this fight in terms of making it. It's gonna be weight, and people gonna ignore it and act like Shakur is supposed to just give up everything and go up to 47 and do this. And I mean, look, I would love to see it, but I've said this since he was at 26. I never seen him campaigning at 47. Maybe he go there for a certain fight. Maybe if the price right, maybe if the money right, he'd say F it and do it. But we'll see. I just feel like one thing at a time. I ain't gonna put too much energy into something that's not even coming to fruition just yet. He got to get through Tio. All bets is off. If you don't get through Tio, ain't nobody gonna be talking about fighting Devin at 47 if you lose to Tio. So again, y'all, I don't have no problem seeing him go up there and do it. I don't have no problem seeing a rehydration clause. I'm not for or against it. It is what it is. I think it serves a purpose for certain fights when there's a significant weight discrepancy. And I think that's clearly what we're seeing. We're talking about people that's 2 weight classes apart naturally, like from the start. So if you don't see where I'm going with it, you just don't want to see it. It'd be in his 5 weight classes as opposed to 3. See the difference being a small guy, being an undersized welterweight, because make no mistake about it, he moved to 147, he'd be undersized. He'd be an undersized welterweight. Now, it wouldn't be no big-ass welterweight, how people make it seem. He's not no Earl Spence type body and none of that. Get me? So it is what it is, but Devin Haney, I mean, I get what he's doing. He's fishing, and when I say fishing, I mean he's just looking for the next best option, possibly next best opponent. I could see them possibly trying something, but we don't know. We'll see. Like I said, the weight discrepancy is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just what it is. Boots versus Haney at 54. I want to see that. That will be at 154 at the end of 2027. Shout out to my dog behind the hands TV. Possibly. It's that. And look, shout out to Dante's Boxing Talk. Yeah, he's small. He's small. He's not going to even be a big 40-pounder. It looks solid, but he's not a big guy. On top of that, furthermore, not only are they, officially until he fights at 40 Saturday, 2 weight classes apart, Bill Haney is on record saying Devin could fight at 154 right now. So that makes my point for me, right? I don't got to go hard to make the point. I'm not, sugarcoating it. I'm not making no excuse for none. Either you with it or you not, but I understand it because of the weight discrepancy, right? I get it. You know what I'm saying? I totally get it. If he telling us he could fight at 54 right now, so just think about that. 154 pounds from 135 to 154. How many weight classes is that? And you telling me you'll weigh in at 154 pounds and then be at close to 180? Damn near a cruiser? Like, I don't know, man. It's different strokes for different folks, but they really want that fight. Maybe they'll make it happen. Maybe they'll shoot for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see. Having to get up there, taking the stone. We're going to see. We're going to see. They're going to be whatever that bag at. Probably so, Z. You know what I mean? Chasing that bag. They all are. Shakur chasing it too. So I think it's all about the opportunity and the situation, right? He said what he said in his interview, but you just never know, man. If the right situation present itself, you probably could see it, but I don't know. But like I said, I think you can beat him at whatever weight. I ain't even going to lie to you. I don't think he need no clauses or none of that. Because I believe in his skill set. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But let's keep going, man. We almost at the end of this, and we're gonna keep rolling, y'all.
I like it. I like it. In a perfect world, how many fights do you think we'll see Shakur Stevenson in 2026?
Maybe 2 to 3. 2 to 3. It depends on what kind of fights that I'm in. I can't tell you right now. You know, if you want to have a year like fighting guys like De Los Santos, Ardem, you probably could get in the ring 2 to 3 times. Cause where they pace is like a thinking kind of pace, but if you fight a Zepeda and you go through a war and then you got go through another war with somebody else, it's like it just depends on that, like how you feeling like after them wars and all kind of things. So at the end of the day, I would love to fight 3 times, but if it makes sense, it makes sense.
Are you now free agent when it comes to you make the Shakur Stevenson now dictates his own fights and makes his own fights now here going
For sure. For sure.
I got
sure.
How do you believe talk to me about Turkey? Do you believe he's good for the sport?
Yes, I don't understand his critics. Like his critics, they be the guys that sit there and complain like, oh, none of these guys are fighting each other. They not making the best fights. But then you get a guy like him who goes and makes the best versus the best. He makes the fights that everybody want to see. Shakur and T.O. would never be a fight that would have happened if it wasn't for this guy. So you got to respect him and what he's doing for the sport of boxing. I just don't understand the critics when they
got a
complain and cry. And we done seen so many great fights in the last year or two. Bivol Beterbiev, nobody was seeing that fight. Them were 2 guys who was never lined up to fight each other, and they sitting at the same weight class. Why is it not happening? But Turkey made it happen for every fighters, and we get to see who is who. So I think his critics got to shut up and enjoy the sport.
And are we?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I ain't gonna be shocked, but I'll be a little surprised to see him up at 54. And why I say a little surprised, because I know what his dad said, they could be there right now. So I know he big enough as far as his body frame and stuff. But my thing is, again, with anybody, I think the more you continue to go up and up and up, start to give up different advantages, and I think it just get tougher at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine, Devin and Boots at 54. It'd be a great fight if you could see it there. It'd be crazy. Shout out to ABs. We're going to keep rolling, y'all. It's almost at the end.
Watching right now, one of the most talented fighters this sport has seen when we talk about Shakur Stevenson, because I see a guy smart. I see a guy who has great defense, and I see a guy, if you say you want to be offensive, okay, I'll be more than offensive with you. It almost reminds me, it's like Mayweather in his heyday defensively, and then Pretty Boy offensively. I'm talking Pretty Boy Floyd right now, but I don't know if other people see what I see, but I'm going to give you the floor. Tell me what we see now when we see Shakur Stevenson.
100%, 1,000,000%. You are 100% correct. We are getting to see so many different avenues to my game, and yeah, people don't see it because they caught up online. A lot of these guys be caught up online about what somebody else saying. Everybody's opinions is like, if one person say it, the next person repeat it, then the next person repeat it, and everybody is following each other. But when you look deep, and you look deep inside of watching the fights and studying what this guy is doing, and okay, this time he fought this way. This time he fought this way. He's not really backing up, running around the ring. He's not really. He's doing so many different things in there. And for me, I think it's amazing to see. And I think even with this fight, it's going to be amazing to see, because I can promise you now, this camp I done felt on a whole different level. Like I done felt a lot better than I have in other camps. So, truthfully, I'm excited to see January 31st. Like I'm excited to see how this plays out. I know I'm coming with it, and he better be ready.
Yeah. And so
I like that, man. I like to hear him say he felt real good this game. He putting in that work. His confidence is a big part of Shakur's game too, with any fighter. But definitely confidence and comfortability, and those are two things that when they're lock and step, he gonna be hard to deal with. Confident and comfortable. Those are two things you don't want Shakur to be. And switched on. That's three things. You get me? You don't want that to be the case, but we expected to see the best version of him. I think that will be the case on Fight Night. Judah Vision, my dog, was good with it. Core offensive bag on display. Yeah, me too. Me too. Two boxing algorithm. One dude said, rinse and repeat. I'm telling you, man. Shit is crazy. Let's keep going, man. It's almost over, y'all.
We'll wrap it up here. Two questions for you. Number one, January 31st. Please let the people know what's going to happen when you step into the ring, Madison Square Garden, with Teofimo Lopez.
What's going to happen January 31st is me coming out victorious. I will come out victorious. I have no clue how the fight's going to play out. I don't know. I can't tell you. I know I can do it all in there. Whatever I need to do to get the job done is what will happen come January 31st. But my plans is definitely to put on an amazing show and crowd pleasing performance.
And then lastly, at the end of 2026, Shakur Stevenson will be
#1 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. I tell you what, man, it's been too long, but I always enjoy not only seeing you, but talking to Shakur Stevenson, the unbeaten 3-division champ, looking to become, 4-division?
Yes, sir.
Good Lord. Man, that's something else, man. I listen, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you in the ring. And we always love it when you give us time here on The Last Stand. And folks, that's what we do. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. And I'm telling you, this kid right here is the truth. He is one of the biggest. Shakur Stevenson. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you again next week.
Shout out to BC, man. Brian Custer, always great work, man. Always do great work from him, man. Yeah, Ortiz is very underrated, for sure. Of course, in Clubber Lane Hunger, hope he dominates. Me too, Mike. I want to see him shine, man. All this hating and tearing at the fight, man. They want to talk about. I don't like talking about them X's and O's, but this should be a hell of a show for all of us to enjoy, man. It really should, man. I'm looking forward to it. We got some more stuff we're gonna get to, man. Ace Boogie. Brian Custer be like, yeah, uncle, you ain't been you ain't seen in a while. Right. Yeah. Shout out to Ace Boogie, man. You already know. Go live on him, man. Go live on him. We got some more stuff, man. Gotta get to something else, man. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's keep rolling. That was a good interview, man. A lot of good takeaways, man. A lot of good takeaways from that. Just seemed like he focused and ready to keep proving himself, man. One down, one to go. Get this guy out of here. My bad, y'all. Let's keep going. Yo, what Shakur unpredictable in big fights. Shit, if he do, it make things interesting. We'll have to find out in real time what Shakur made of. Educated jab was good, fam. And anything is possible in the ring. Teal got some good pop. I don't think KO guy or nothing like that. I don't think KO guy, but you don't want to test that theory out, right? Teal is not a guy that you want to allow to be punching you in your face. You get me with no clean shit. So I want to see Shakur be on point like he is any other fight. Matter of fact, more on point than he's ever been in any fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what they've been saying, bro. Keyshawn said it. Coach Rell saying that, I'm not big on the stoppage talk, but I could understand it. You know what I mean? Like I said, if one was to be generated or forced, I think it would come from like cuts, cutting them eyes or something like that. But BTA is what I want to see. As long as I get to see that, I'm cool. I want to see a 4-division champion after Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. So get an opportunity. And then you got the amazing, you know what I mean? The amazing. We about to play this. Keyshawn having fun. he been getting a lot of flack for this Devin Haney stuff. And you know, Devin Haney tweeted something. What did he tweet? Tweeted about we different something. Shout out to the Hanos fans, man. But he said I be mad when my rivals lose because I be thinking like, damn, that could have been me beating them. And I get it. But you know, that video had popped to mind, man. That video had came to mind. You know what I mean? Y'all remember that video back the day. Back the day, man, when it was what was it? When they was celebrating after Kambosos got his ass beat. Y'all remember the video. They was celebrating, jumping up for joy and shit.
Hey Ryan, Devin Haney had recently said that you look bad.
Yeah, he would have fought either. He would have fought either one. He would have fought either one. I believe that because he showed that with TL. So, but he did celebrate here. You can say what you want, but you definitely celebrated. Like show me a video of Shakur Stevenson celebrating somebody losing like this. Know what I'm saying? Show me the video. I remember that. Yo, y'all was celebrating y'all asses. So y'all was going nuts on Cam. They went nuts on Cam. Cam got his ass handed to him. Young Hanos and them, they was celebrating, man. They were out there celebrating. They like, good for his ass, B. Good for him, G. Kick his ass. Man, that was funny. Shout out to Zoomverse. What's good with it, Brody? What's good with you, my guy? How you feeling? How you feeling? So, look, it's not a big deal, though, but it just be funny to catch him in real time. He spoke too soon. But Dad be with the smoke, man. He do. You know what I'm saying? So much so that he even, they talking about Manny Pacquiao now. Says Sean Gibbons, call Bill Haney. Dad trying to get that Pacquiao smoke, man. Dad trying to get that Pacquiao smoke. I said this, man. Devin is just trying to find the next best opponent. Jack Catterall ain't no big name, ain't no crazy name. Lewis Crocker seemed like that's going to go to somebody. I forgot what they said. Lewis Crocker going to fight most likely, but it won't be Devin. So he's just trying to find the next biggest opportunity. I think that's why you're hearing him speak about, you know, Shakur so much. You're hearing that name more now because he's looking for the next big fight for himself, and ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? How that's going to materialize is going to be interesting to see. But I'm here for it. He's out playing basketball with the Lakers. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. But let's keep going, man. The amazing. This was from his most recent blog, man. Keyshawn, man, been putting out some good stuff. And look, Ortiz, like Jordan said, is an underrated fighter, bro. He's been in there with the best talent. He's been in there where he gave him really good fights both times in T.O. and Loma. But let's see if third time would be the charm for Jermaine Ortiz, or let's see if he just be another bump in the road for the businessman. You get me? But you know, he been having fun. BTA. Cal, cool it, drive-by blessings. Shout out to my dog, man. Let's keep going.
Come to North. Come to North.
These dudes foolish.
Come around here. This is
he having fun.
amateur shit. Come around here playing.
Stay Cal, my guy.
We get backstage edge of this shit. Great. He scared me. He said, y'all two come with me. Damn, what I do? Nigga sound like the principal. It's like my fight night.
Yeah, at Saquon fight right now. You know, showing us some love. One of the top prospects out right now. Zabok, let's get it.
And Key was happy as hell. He's having fun. It's just it tripped me out how they just forgot about all the constant trolling and using his name to build Andy Cruz. And you think he wasn't going to laugh when Andy Cruz lost? I would have been crying. He better than me because I'd have been laughing hard as hell.
Damn shit.
I hope he do, Judy.
Yeah. Keep having fun. Stay at words, eh?
Yeah, bro. Miss your ass, nigga.
What you mean?
Miss your ass.
Come on, man. Stop it.
Man, you looking cool and shit. That's all, man. You know, I tried to copy you a little bit. Can't do. Can't cook. Hey, catch him coming in, yo. Thank you.
All day straight. He can't see it.
Downstairs.
Pull up. Hey, you walking that shit off, Zay. He hurt, Zay. He don't like Zay. Not hurt, cuz.
Hey, Zay, catch him coming in.
Beautiful, Zay. Beautiful.
Damn. That boy is talented.
Beautiful, Zay.
I like that. That was good action. Great action.
Jay was out there putting hands on bro. Same energy back. Right, Mike Kirkland, man, they been building Andy Cruz's name up off Keyshawn. Then the minute he start laughing at him, they're like, oh, you see him? He's celebrating like he did it. He was ducking them. Eddie Hearn never tried to make a fight with Andy Cruz and Keyshawn Davis. And respectfully, neither has Bob Arum. That fight has been a discussion, but to my knowledge, it hasn't been something that was officially on the table for either guy.
Bob is a hell of a fighter. Great fighter. Outstanding fighter. Beautiful performance. Good job, Zay. One more in the books, man. Here right now, support my brother Zay.
Zay fourth round. Zay had that fourth round. I thought he was going to get him, man. He was letting them hands go. He was beating his ass, man.
Zay, he done put an amazing performance, man. He just got me more excited for my fight next week.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir. More than ready.
Hey, I've been on this.
I called him a pussy.
Damn! I fuck with Evan. Evan, I would never do that to you.
I know.
You know, it's light skins. You know, light skins. I feel like Shakur gonna dominate him like easy money. I feel like Shakur IQ is just on a different level, bro. No cap. Like he's one of the best fighters in here. I'm one of the best fighters in here. We are the best in the sport. It's time for us to show it.
You gonna stop Teofimo Lopez?
He got a great chance to stop at Teofimo Lopez for sure.
Appreciate it.
He was going
I know
crazy.
How much that LV jacket costs too. You got money.
It's alright.
Yeah. Okay. He think I'm bullshitting. Got the boo. I shouldn't interrupt. Oh shit. You know what I do. But this is my first time back. Mosey, you still fuck with the ops, I see.
I got to, man.
You still fuck with the ops. That shit is
brother.
crazy.
I got to, brother.
Shit is so sad.
Everybody got to get paid. You know what I mean?
He told Bozy he's still messing with the ops. Keith throwed on, bro. That's his fighter. Look at Andy. Andy ass looking like dude from the PJs with no drugs.
Okay. He think I'm bullshitting.
Nah, he ain't Andy, son.
Interrupt. Oh shit. You know what I do.
Andy done trolled his way into a loss, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He done trolled his way into a loss, man. And you see when he seen Keyshawn, he wanted to dap up, man. He wanted to shake hands. Keyshawn gave him that dap. Like, nah, man. Nah.
But this is my first time back. Mosey, you still
ain't good Keyshawn in the pros, man. I'm telling you, Saturday also let me know that. I already knew. He wouldn't beat Keyshawn if he fought him either. Because it's styles. It's styles.
I got to, man.
Still fuck with the ops. That shit is crazy.
I got to, bro.
That shit is so sad.
He wild. I ain't gonna tell both.
You know what I mean? You know, just come on. You know, I was all concerned, man. It's going to be a good payday, though. Hey. You can walk with you.
Cole, man, you should have been more stone faced, man. Your ass 8 pounds over out there having fun. You know what I'm saying? The winner Martin Albright, all real possibilities at Norfolk Scoop near future. Yeah, pugilist. I like them fights.
I hope you know fights too, bro. Yeah, bitch, become a world champion. I'm gunning for you. That's all I need. Is something. He need to do something.
You know what you gotta do after you gotta rub his head like that.
Hey, Mike, you caught it. Hey, you caught it. Don't he skinny head ass? He looked like the dude off the PJs. Just, you know, if he was clean, like healthy, you know, in shape.
He was American. Nah, you gonna turn me up.
Skinny head. And he got the braids. It's the head structure for me.
How y'all doing?
I like these blogs though.
Good luck, bro. Do your thing, bro. Hell yeah, man. Respect. Top rank family, hold on. Damn. We gotta do it. Bring it home. Damn, we in the building. Good luck, Chad. Oh, that's what I look. What's up, man? Yes, sir. You too. Good luck with it, bro.
I like Robert Garcia, man. He be having some positive things to say about these fighters, and I like it, bro. He seemed like a genuine good dude, man. Like Robert energy, man. Key, man. We businessman, the amazing. That's what we trying to see Saturday. We trying to see the amazing. You know what I'm saying? He said he was nice son. This was Andy, y'all. He was trolling too much. Look, Andy was having too much fun, bro. Andy was trolling, playing and shit. Look at Andy, man. Check Andy out.
Yo, don't end it. Yo, don't end it, yo.
Yo, what's wrong with you, though?
Yo, give him your phone, yo.
No, he gonna be on YouTube somewhere, bro. No.
What are my bitches?
Oh,
Andy, wow. He said, where are my bitches? Andy having too much fun, bro. Andy was living that life. Looking like a Cuban drug dealer, man, with that damn leather coat on. Bro was looking like a Cuban salesman, I'm telling you. In damn shades. He was moving like a superstar.
I go on and on. I must have a superpower.
No, we not with that trash ass, man. Don't play that song.
Keep faithful, Khalil.
This was a really frustrating fight to watch, bro. And I know if this dude was in the right kind of shape, this would have been a different fight. But this was the worst fight that I could have ever envisioned, man. This was a hard fight to watch. Frustrated me. And it just I was underwhelmed, man. A little disappointed, let down, man. I know Khalil Cole could do way better than that. You know what I'm saying? But I hope from this point on that, you know, he'll never come out of shape again. And Greg Hackett got robbed of a win, man. I wanted to say that to him. Shout out to Greg Hackett, GHB TV, man. You was a spirit, gang. You was out there coaching, man. You was doing your thing. And shout out to Behind the Hands TV because he like a prophet. He said it ahead of time that Greg would be in positions like that after seeing how he coached live. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to GHB, man. For the community. Nah, it's a smart move, Judah. If Cruz moved down, it's a smart move to me because I think he's a little undersized. And we're going to get into that. I got a clip from Raymond Morataya, and I think Paulie broke down the fight as well. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to Behind the Hands. I remember you said it, bro. We talked about it, bro. He was like, yo, he was coaching his ass off. You said he would get an opportunity like this. And it's just dope to see him get it, but it sucks to see it get taken from him because he earned that shit. You know what I'm saying? And look, shout out to Khalil Cole. We ain't throwing you away. We get it. You've been having some rough situations, missing weight. But, you know, I'm still rocking with you. Tighten up. I want to see him, you know, be as great as he can be. But you can't achieve the level of greatness that you would be looking to if you missing weight by 7.8 pounds, damn near 8 pounds. You can't do that. It's unacceptable, man. I get it. Injuries happen and different things, but it's a tough sell. Like, it leave the fans looking like, damn, is he taking it serious? And then you heard Eddie Hearn pretty much say you on a short leash. You're not gonna promote somebody that's living a life and not taking it serious. So yeah, man, you got some people down there at 30, you know what I mean? And Shock went back down to 32, I believe. So there's some fights down there for him for sure.
Let's go! It was ugly for win, Taker. We got one Andy Cruz over here.
Ray Savage.
Let's go, more time.
They hated this. They were mad. Keyshawn was out there celebrating, having fun. I don't know what they act like they surprised. What are you supposed to cheer for Andy? Be like, man, it should have been me in there, man. It wasn't gonna be. Hold on, man. I gotta get this music out of here, though. Keyshawn Cuban sparring partner.
A nigga back up like that.
Yeah, he's focused. You better be focused. Danger, danger! It's danger, danger! Danger, danger!
Key out there acting a fool on him. Oh, hell no. I feel him though, man. I feel him. They've been trolling that dude for years. Told you, man. Them damn jean trunks. I wasn't feeling the jean trunks on Andy. No, them jean trunks, man, wasn't it? His ass out there fighting for his life. He was trying to fight to keep more tired off. Like even look at the rounds. Like look what he constantly forcing him back. He constantly forced them back, bro. He made that shit really difficult. But yeah, man, Greg did his thing, man. Did his thing. Shout out to him. And you say he coached Joseph Ortiz. I dropped in a 6-round fight, and Greg still coached him to that dub. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I for the record, I don't like Chrome Heart. I think it's so overrated. Breezy was good with it, fam. GG Chat said, still don't mean Keyshawn can beat him. Yeah, man. I don't think nothing I said would indicate that just because more time Keyshawn could beat him. I'll say this. I always thought Keyshawn could beat him. I do. I think he's a better professional. He's more polished. He's more naturally a mean person, right? He, you know, what Andy is developing and working on with Bozy is what Keyshawn, in my opinion, does naturally. So, do it automatically mean he'll beat him? Hell no. I mean, one guy beating the next guy, you know, you can't just give Keyshawn the win, but I don't got Andy Cruz beating him. I think he's an undersized lightweight. I think Saturday proved that. And again, he don't have the kind of punching power to keep people honest. He couldn't keep Raymond Moore honest at all, and it showed. And he was doing some slapping, and that's what Keyshawn was saying. Like, yeah, you won in the amateurs, but you slap a lot with your punches and don't be turning them over. He was seeing some of that Saturday as well. So, look, as professionals, look, they both talented as hell. I just got Keyshawn looking a more polished, more pro-ready guy. And Andy Cruz, respectfully, is still shaking the kinks out of his, you know. So, that'll do that. Mean Keyshawn wins for sure? No. I still would like to see the fight, but I think now it's less likely to see it, especially if Keyshawn is going to 140, obviously, on Saturday. And you got Andy Cruz and his team talking about him potentially going down. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. I just think he's an undersized, little bit of an undersized, lightweight, rolling with the punches. My dog was good with it. So, that's all. Sometimes you take a loss, you realize that you might need to take a step down a smaller weight class. And Andy Cruz is the kind of guy he can compete at lightweight because of the talent. But I think at the absolute top where he's looking to be successful at, and he's on the fast track. Remember, he's 30 years old already with 6 fights. So just think about that. Yeah, man, but I think he'll have trouble at the elite level, at the top level, the championship level at lightweight, because those guys just naturally bigger and going to be every bit as skillful, right? You know what I mean? To a degree. So he'll have his work cut out. You know what I'm saying? I think 130 might be perfect for him, but he was fighting like he was drowning. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting like he was drowning for the most part. I think that's what Paulie, one of them said. I got a clip, so we're going to get to this, and I'm going to play the little short clip from, I believe I had one from Raymond Moritai in here somewhere, where he spoke about the fight, the power and stuff like that. Let's get to this.
Watching, this is a great fight.
Yes. I think even if you don't, it was aesthetic for any fan. I love it.
I don't know if they can appreciate the high-level IQ of this fight, because both guys really fought with a high IQ. They fought at a close distance, but at the same time, a lot of skill. Morataya controlling the ring very well, not busting position and not letting himself be dazzled with Cruz's hand speed, to the point where then Cruz started second-guessing himself because he couldn't get Morataya to sort of take off that mental pressure, The Morataya's mental pressure had Cruz busting position a little more, and getting off a little less. This is a guy who hadn't been past, 7 rounds in his career.
Yeah, the Moran fight.
So, all of a sudden, he's got a guy in front of him who won't bust position, remains dangerous, continues to cut him off. Even when Cruz was landing and moving, stepping aside, what was Morataya doing? Not only was he not busting position, he cut him off. He cut off the ring. He stepped around and cut him off. So therefore, you could feel Cruz almost drowning, because as high level as he's been, I've said it several different times, they keep rushing these prospects, and you can rush a world-class guy all you want, but you still need to sort of walk him into these long rounds where there's stress. These long rounds fights where there's stress. Cruz hadn't been in a long rounds fight where there's stress. The stress here was the mental pressure Morataya was applying. Obviously, mental pressure can become physical pressure, but that mental pressure, him not busting position, him staying in front of him staying in front of him, remaining dangerous, getting off shots, not being impressed with what Cruz is doing. Eventually, what does Cruz stop doing? He stops being first. And Morataya starts being first more and more. He's giving up ground, Cruz is. And so the aesthetics of the fight, this is a Morataya-style fight. Cruz is being forced to fight Morataya's fight.
Yeah, that was an excellent breakdown from Paulie, bro. Yeah, he was forced to fight his fight. And you seen Morataya pressing the front foot. And as the fight wore on, and continued and picked up, you see Morataya being first more and more. Andy Cruz fighting off that back foot, fighting with his back pressed to the ropes. He was fighting well off the ropes in little spots, but ultimately it's just his power wasn't enough to deter Morataya from doing anything. And more proof to that, check out what Morataya had to say about Andy Cruz as well.
I'm sparring with all of them. So, yeah.
From the moment that the bell rung, it seemed like you jumped on him ASAP. You never took your foot off the gas. They're talking about moving down to 130. How did you feel his power? Do you think he's too small for 35?
Yeah, definitely too small for 135.
Did you ever feel hurt in the fight?
Not at all. Not at all. I was looking at myself in the mirror. I don't know how I look like
That's
this.
just a fight game.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it, man. I'm just taking his punches. It was, but yeah, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I have to make a short video on that one, man. He said he ain't feel them punches at all. And you heard what he said. He said he don't know how his face like that because he ain't feel it. But you see how he fought, though, Dank? Did he fight like he was feeling them punches? Nope. Not to me, he didn't anyway. You might have seen something different, but to me, he didn't fight like he was feeling them. He wasn't deterred. He wasn't like, it wasn't a whole bunch of like snapping his head back and rocking. It wasn't that. Like, he just don't have that thump at the end of his punches. But you ain't got to be no puncher per se, but That's what I mean. When somebody's walking to you like that all fight and not respecting you, that could prove to be extremely tough if you're not used to being, pressured, especially for 12 rounds. This wasn't no 3-round fight, and that's what Robert Garcia was hitting to, right? That's what he was alluding to, speaking on that. Like it wasn't no 3-round fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, that'd be a good unification. I wish they would have got it at 35 when they was discussing it, but yeah, I would like to fight because Cora obviously said what he said. If he can't get a big fight,
yeah. I plan on going back to 35. I'm not a 40 pounder. I'm really a 35 pounder. So I done said this a million times. People could run with whatever they want to run with, but after this fight, if I don't get a big fight at another weight class, I will be back at 135.
Right. So there you go. I mean, you got guys like Raymond Mortai say he's eyeing the winner. Like he'll like the winner. So, you know what I mean? That could be a potential opponent or matchup for Shakur. And like I said, if you core, you want as many people speaking your name as possible because the more the better. You want options. And again, Mortai could be a potential option in the future. He wins Saturday and move back down. Mortai is staying there. But you never know because Robert Garcia, I did hear him mention something about Mortai being willing to move up after this next fight, something like that. So it's probably one of them situations where if they don't get a fight that's meaningful or a big fight, something like that, then they possibly could move up because they both on record saying Mortai is not a small 35-pounder. So, that the writing sometimes is on the wall when you hear that. You already know what's next. So don't be surprised if he ends up moving up. So yeah, it would be. That'd be a good fight. It makes sense now more than it ever did. Butcher. So you're right. Said Andy do a lot of shoot shot and punches. Rain was trying to put some hurt on him. Yeah, he was trying to hurt him. Dante Rich was good, homie. Don Smith in the UK be a little like Floyd and Hatton, not exactly, but I get what you're saying, Rich. Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's what he's looking for. The opportunity is going to determine what course sticks around at, whether he stays or goes, moves up or down. Like, I think it all depends on the opportunity and what makes the most sense. But I could definitely see him back at 35. I mean, definitely could see him there. More reading for Andy instead, 35. Yeah, he could possibly. I just think he's a little undersized. And I think that might be the issue moving forward. You know what I'm saying? You see, though. Because not everybody will be able to fight him and be as consistent as what Mortai was. And it ain't like he got his ass beat. He just, he got out-hustled, outworked. You know what I mean? And, Mortai was just so consistent with his attacks. It just made... he didn't give Buddy a lot of opportunity to capitalize on much. He wasn't making a whole lot of mistakes and nothing like that in there. So shout out to Keyshawn, man. I see him doing his blog. He look like he ready to go. I know he training. They training their asses off. This is going to be a really good card, I believe. Target unifications for the ring belt. That'd be good. I'm telling you, more options and opportunities open up when guys win. That's what I like about it. So Mortai is in an interesting position where I think he can either stay put and or move up depending on what he see fit. And I feel like a lot of what these guys are doing next is going to depend on the opportunity because I think it's one of them things where he clearly looked like he could make the weight. It was under the IBF rules, so and he didn't look like he struggled at all. He looked rehydrated well, so maybe he could stick around a bit longer at 35 or possibly move up. But again, like I said, I think a lot of that stuff is going to be depend upon the opportunity that's available. Man, that's dope. That's dope. So we'll see. Let's see. Let me play this little clip from Keyshawn when he went on the Porter Way.
Does Keyshawn have a little man syndrome? He always got a...
Maybe. I ain't gonna let him because he is a little angry man.
Right, he angry, but I ain't gonna call it no little man syndrome. He just...
a ticking bomb, timing bomb.
But it took a little while longer now, right?
Yeah. You got so many gyms.
Keep ticking a little bit.
So many gym scuffles
to get to that point.
Keyshawn, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I got one last. Like, you walking into the gym, you gotta be like prepared. Like, Keyshawn might get into it with a nigga. Whoa. No bullshit.
Man, he had a kid like a ticking time bomb, man. But it's good to see he got his brothers around him. That's what he need, man. Have your brothers around you, bro, and rebuild. Get back to your winning ways. Saturday, you got a really big opportunity and against a credible guy to get your name back in the mix for all the right reasons. And I know an opportunity got to like this got to motivate you, especially after making a mistake that you made recently, right? And you know you want nothing more than to get back where you was at and then some. So it's more the reason to see this. Yoda, Wise, Crush, what's good, Crush? How you feeling, bro? Schofield and Roach fighting for the tank. Maybe Body. Yeah, it'd probably be Lucas Body. That's what they've been talking about. Teal and Cork. Got Illuminati. I don't know, man. That's funny though that you think of that as you think about it. Shout out to Big Supreme. They do that one-eye symbolism, man. They trying to tell us something, Big Supreme. Nah. Oh man. Let's keep rolling though, man. And I played that clip. I gotta play another one from Keyshawn, man. Get the Keyshawn stuff out the way.
Yo, Keyshawn Davis called a suspicious duck by H2O Silv, my people. H2O Silv posted and said you can't go 0-4 with a guy and then celebrate someone else beating him, especially when you should have been in the ring with him yourself. Instead, you make excuses not to fight him and use a loss as a reason to duck. That's not what a real competitor does. We are not the same, my people. So he's letting them know, like, yo, Keyshawn Davis is being a duck, my people. And this was after the Murutala and the Andy Cruz fight. And Andy Cruz is the guy that beat Keyshawn Davis 4 times. The last time he beat him was at the Olympics, my people. This is the last person to ever fight and even beat, on top of that, Keyshawn Davis, my people. And H2O seems like he wants some smoke with Keyshawn Davis. And he feels some type of way about Keyshawn Davis. And he don't feel like he's really one of them, my people. You know what I'm saying? Like, H2O don't call out a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Not like every day, like he's not one of those people. But there's some people that he call out, like he don't really believe in them. And this was after Keyshawn Davis did this, after Andy Cruz lost, you know what I'm saying? The guy that beat him 4 times, he lost, so then he was making fun of him. Then H2O came back and said, lack of character. You should have be the one beating Cruz. You know what I'm saying, my people? So he feels like he got a lack of character, like he's not really like that. You feel me, my people? I feel like that's what he's saying. He also called him a cornball. You feel me? Those are like fighting words where I'm from. You feel me, my people? Let me know how you feel about this. Do you feel like H2O really could beat Keyshawn Davis? Keyshawn Davis is 13-0 right now. But in the amateurs, he did lose to Andy Cruz. That's the last guy he lost to. That's the guy that just lost to Murutala on his 6-7 fight as a pro. Andy Cruz again lost, split decision. Against Andy Cruz, split decision. This is the finals right here at the Olympics, my people. You see Keyshawn Davis going backwards and Andy Cruz kind of attacking, my people. And he's the guy that won that fight, and that was the Olympics. That's what made Andy Cruz. You feel me, my people? Just making it to the Olympics is impressive, so shout out to both guys. You see what Andy Cruz did to him right there? He kind of tried to sun him by rubbing his head like that, which is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Ashton Silva is 12-1 right now. He did lose to Lucas Baldi, and that's what he feels some type of way, because he feels like this guy don't want to give him the rematch, and he feels like other people are ducking him just because he lost one fight, so they use that as an excuse. You feel me? And he's been trying to get his rematch, so he's not ducking like he's saying that Keyshawn is doing. He said, thanks for the love. I appreciate everybody calling for it. I just want the chance to settle it the right way. I respect Lucas Badi and his team, MVP, Jake Paul, and Akeisha. But I'm ready to run it back and show what really happened over the full fight. Whenever they want it, I'm here, my people. So he's pretty much saying he's ready for it. Let me know how you feel about this. Keyshawn Davis getting called a
Look, shout out to H2O Ashton Seal. He was cooking Lucas' body till he got caught. But see, stuff like that, sometimes fighters be misinformed too. You saying he lack a character because he celebrated, but you not. I get it. If that was the whole story, like if it wasn't no trolling about Keyshawn, right? If they wasn't trolling and trying to build Andy Cruz name off Keyshawn Davis wins in the amateur, right? If they wasn't doing that and he would have lost to him 4 times, right? And then celebrated that way, maybe y'all have a point. Like he ain't, he beat you, went about his business, but you constantly trolled him, called the man, your son. And again, it got to the point where people can't even name nothing that you did as a professional, and they still can't. And it's sad because the only thing they can say that you did now as a professional is clout chase Keyshawn Davis and lose to Muay when you got your first title shot. Keyshawn won his. Get what I'm saying? You can say what you want, but you lost. And like I just don't see what the fake outrage is about. Shout out to Ashton Sale. He a good fighter, damn good fighter too. I want to see him back in there. I would love to see him get his rematch with Lucas Bobby because he was absolutely frickazee. He was painting a Picasso on that man before he got caught with that shot. So I ain't mad at what he's saying. I just don't think he know the full story. You got a guy trolling me every time I fight, when he fight, the whole time he's been a professional, to the point where people can't even tell you Andy Cruz win. People can't even name that. But now I bet you they can tell you who he lost to. You see how that worked? But he beat Keyshawn the amateurs. You can't live in the professional ranks of amateur wins. I don't care if you beat him 8 times. Yeah, you beat him, but split decisions, man, in the point system. You were older than him. You was competing for your second gold medal. Yeah, you beat him. You were a phenomenal amateur. You mastered the point system. Now, as a professional, you're trying to master that system, and I think that comes more naturally to Keyshawn. Y'all fight, you'll have 10 to 12 rounds, essentially, to fight. It ain't going to be no 3. And you've seen it. You've seen it with Muay Thai. After you get past 3 rounds to 4 to 5 and somebody putting pressure on you and you got you under duress, you get what I'm saying? How you going to handle it? So, get me, I don't know. I ain't mad at him, though. I ain't mad at what Keyshawn did. But Ashton Sale, he not ducking him. And it don't got nothing to do with character, integrity, nothing. It got something to do with knowing what's going on. That fight ain't been offered to neither one of them. It ain't been on the table as an option for neither one of them. 12 threes, what it do? They went the IBF route. Keyshawn Davis had the WBO title. They could have went and pursued the WBO title, right? They could have went that way with it, right? They didn't. He positioned himself to go in another direction. And I'm not saying it's because he's scared, but it just goes to show you where at is the opportunity for Keyshawn to fight him. He act like he make his own fights. You really think he fought the man 4 times in the amateur? You think he'd be scared to fight him in the pros where he clearly feel like he's a better professional than he is? You get me? And that's what I seen. Feel like Keyshawn, listen, Andy is very polished and skillful. It's not a lack of skill. But I think physically he's a small body at 35. And he's been being tweaked since, working with Bozy. So he do less. He still moves, but I think he looking less and less Cuban each time I see him. Right. And I think the same things that made him successful against Keyshawn in the amateurs, the movement, the Cuban schooling, he's going more and more further away from that. And I think that will make the fights somewhat more difficult. I don't think he beats him as a professional. Right. I was talking about this with my bro. We was having a conversation. He threw out the idea like, Danny beat Bud in the amateurs. Right. Does anybody having Danny Garcia beat Bud Crawford as a professional at any point? Didn't Ugas beat Bud like twice in the amateurs? Does anybody got Ugas beating Bud, twice as a professional, right? And styles definitely make fights when you're able to implement said style too, right? So absolutely, but that's what I think it is. I'm not saying Andy Cruz will lose because it's a lack of skill. I just think it's styles, right? Keyshawn has a more naturally a pro style. Andy Cruz, because he spent so much time in the amateurs chasing them 2 gold medals, he's very successful. Now he in the pros trying to, transition from an amateur's point systems, just scoring points, to trying to hurt you. And you see what Bozy is doing. Y'all said people was telling me Bozy was telling him to walk him down, back him up and walk him down. So he clearly wanted him to fight in a way that he wasn't accustomed to fighting as an amateur, to me. So that's a challenge for Andy Cruz, and you see that. And I think when somebody putting up resistance and you talking about a smaller guy physically that could arguably be at 130, still, shaking some of the amateur kinks out. He only 7 fights in at the time. Like, you get me? Inexperience. They overlooked Muay Thai as something, that experience he had as a professional. They thought He got all these wins as an amateur. He got these gold medals. You know, these dudes can't do nothing with him. Nah, man. You know what I mean? Robert Garcia coached the hell out of his fighter too. Coached his fighter up. So it was a good showing, man. It was a good showing, man. Andy still held it down, right? He just looked a little too small, and he wasn't busy enough. He wasn't active enough. And again, he was put under more pressure than he's ever been in his career, and I think it showed. You know what I'm saying? He had a tough time adjusting to that. Had a tough time adjusting to it. You know how old boy is too. Honey, let Andy rep off the amateurs, but when it's time to say Corey beat Joette in the pros and old boy lost to him. Oh, yeah, then they switch up facts. Howard, you know how they do, bro. You know how they do. You know how they do. I don't think Keyshawn. I don't have nothing. I haven't seen anything from Keyshawn Davis that would indicate that he don't think he could beat Andy Cruz. And this is the problem. We just assume because you know, he beat him in the amateurs that, oh, he's pressing for the fight now. He wasn't. He's not going to Eddie Hearn talking about Keyshawn Davis. Now, I would assume, but it's been no mention of that. So I don't see nothing that would indicate Keyshawn don't think he could beat Andy Cruz, right? It's just that no opportunity there. And we could speculate about it all day, but I don't think that dude doubts himself, man. I just think he is a more polished professional, and I think he'll win because of that. You know what I mean? I think, you know, Cruz was the master of the amateur ranks, and I think Keyshawn is looked at as like a better pro, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee you, if he fought Raymond Moratai, the fight wouldn't go like that. And I'm not talking about from skill standpoint. He wouldn't be able to just walk Keyshawn down like that because he had to respect what's coming back from him. You heard Raymond Moratai say he didn't feel his punches. He ain't feel none of that shit. So it'll be different with Keyshawn. He won't just walk Keyshawn down from round 1 to round 12. Get what I'm saying? He's an undersized Keyshawn, not an undersized lightweight. He about to be at 140. You get what I'm saying? So just think about it. They're different bodies physically. Like, he mastered that point system, but I don't see him doing that shit to Keyshawn in the pros. I could be wrong, but I hope we get to see it at one point so we ain't got to speculate. You know? No, but that's not the only way to beat Andy Cruz, though. I don't think so. I just think that's the way Raymond Moratai applied pressure. I don't think Keyshawn will have to fight him that way. Okay, so I'm not looking at, you know, Moratai and saying, yeah, Andy Cruz, you know, he definitely beats him because Raymond beat him. But nah, I already thought he'd beat him before this fight. And he just showed me what people already been saying. Andy's a smaller one. He's not a big lightweight. He slapped with his punches. He's still working out the amateur kinks. Bozy is tweaking him, so he's stuck between like a rock and a hard place. Should I be Cuban, or should I use what Bozy been teaching me? And that's just my opinion of it, because in spots you see him utilizing the footwork, but then it's like it's not with the consistency that it once was as an amateur, right? So if you're gonna strip a guy of the one thing that made him stand out as an amateur, I think he's gonna have I think it's possible for him to have a tougher time adjusting and transitioning to the pros, because it's not like you taking him and you saying, what is it that you do best? And we going to maximize that. You got him and you like, I see what you do, but I need you to do it like this. And I think the issue that you could run into, again, as I always been saying, he can't operate offensively the way Jerron Ennis can. And I don't think he got the chin that Boots got. Don't think he can take that kind of, you know, punishment. I don't think he can sustain the way that he's fighting at the highest level. Yeah, he'll beat guys because he's very skillful and talented. But I think at the highest level, where eventually he's going to be campaigning or competing at after he beat these guys, he's going to have tough fights. He's going to have tough fights. It's going to be real tough sledding for that dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they you know, they use it at their own convenience, though, Howard. You know how it go. You know how it go. You know how it go. You know how they do it. We'll see, man. Andy, go back to the drawing board, though. But I think 130 won't be too. I don't think that's a bad idea. I really don't. I don't think 130 is a bad idea. at all. I think he can go there and make his bones there, man. I think he can go there and he'd be straight. He'd be straight. I think he got to strike now while the iron hot, though. You know what I'm saying? He probably want to get on that now. Probably want to get on that now. You know what I'm saying? Make that. Well, you know, take some time off, whatever you need, and then go make that decision. But I feel like ultimately that's what he's going to end up doing. That's what he's going to end up doing. I mean, shit. Unless he want to be up there with the bigger guys, we'll see. But like I said, them fights are not going to be easy for him, man. They're not going to be easy for him moving forward. See me for the amateurs and Keyshawn Davis knocked him out in the second round. Shout out to Big Supreme be doing his homework. Shout out to Big Supreme. Right. And then it's like, so you get what I'm saying? Andy turning 31. He gotta do something. Yeah, he up there, bro. He up there. He up there. As I was won the belt. He was a champion when Shakur, what wasn't he? Yeah, he was when the Shakur fought. Was that vacant? Forget. Was that vacant? But that was his first title fight. I forgot. It might have been a vacant title, though. I'm not sure. Joe had some good wins after Shakur, man. But you know how that go. You know how that go. Dude too tough for his own good. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah. Let me see something real quick. Lee, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, man? Nah, they had fought for a vacant title when they fought him and Joette. Like, man, saying anything. I know y'all see it. So Haney at least knows how to disengage and lock up when in range. James surprisingly not the best at sniping in the scenes, but knows how to disengage. Yeah, Reef stupid. Ill fools. But that's 2 times. Y'all fools, man. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. We're gonna rock out for like another 10 minutes, man. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all silly, man. Feel like I'm forgetting something, y'all. Something I wanted to play for y'all too, but I think we're gonna cover it. We're gonna just do it tomorrow. Yeah, it's fight week. That's what I wanted to bring up real quick, and we could deep dive on it tomorrow. Build on it. Y'all had sent me this fight card, man, between the Barrios and Ryan fight card. That's looking pretty good, man. We're gonna get into that tomorrow, but I do want to pull it up for a second. I like it, man. I like it. Frank Martin got a good fight coming up, man. Frank Martin, the ghost, just like that. The ghost. He fighting Keyshawn work, man. I like it. Or somebody that Keyshawn fought, should I say? I don't want to say it's like it's his work, but you know. Boom, 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 boom. Man, this ain't bad, y'all. This ain't bad, yo. This turned out to be a pretty damn good card. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He fighting Albright now. Air Albright. That should be a good fight. Cena Agbeko, Bekdemir is fighting. That's a solid fight. That should be a bang out, right? Andy Hiroka, Gary Antoine. This is a good card. Hitchens and Oscar Duarte. Yeah, man. Right. Big Supreme facts, bro. So yeah, it's a good card. We can talk about this. We're gonna break it down tomorrow. I just wanted y'all to see the fights that's on this card. It's solid, man. It's a good card, Ryan, man. Getting the opportunity, you better make the most of it, boy. You better make the most of it. Better make the most of this opportunity right here, too. Want to see what Hitchens do with pressure fighter. Limo's fight was rough. Yeah, Oscar Duarte is is dangerous, man. He relentless, man. So yeah, Hitchens got his work cut out for him. He got a pretty sturdy guy in there, man. Got a pretty sturdy guy in there. See how he handled it, though. Let's see how he handled it. Let's see how he handled it. You know what I mean? I want to see how focused Ryan is for this fight, because they really trying to throw him an alley-oop back to Devin Haney and to get the rematch and a possible unification too. Let's see if he be on point. Let's see if he be on weight. His weight looked down, so right off the bat, I expect Ryan to make the weight. Now, how good he gonna fight is what remains to be seen, but he better not go in there sleeping on Mario. Let's see though, but I got a feeling he could knock him out, though. I don't know what it is. I think Hitchens got outboxed Duarte, man. Andy Hiroka and Gary Antoine should be an interesting, fun fight. Tim, my dog, what's good with it, bro? Albright got a good opportunity with Frank Martin. Frank Martin right back in the mix after that brutal knockout over Rancis Bartholomew. You know, Albright, Philly kid, man, he can scrap. You know, some say he gave Keyshawn a good fight, right? He lost convincingly or, you know, cleanly, like, you know what I'm saying? But he get a chance to rebound. And since then, he's beat Kelvin, right? He get a chance at Frank Martin. You know what I mean? Another quality guy. So it's going to be fun. Should be a good card, bro. Should be a really good card, man. Africa might stop Oscar. I'm telling you, chip his ass up. All sharp shit. Just got to punch him. All sharp. All sharp shit, man. I mean, Africa's sharp. Africa is sharp, and he going to show he got a hell of a jab. Shit going to be on display, on full display when he go in there with this dude. Kenneth Sims got robbed. I thought Kenneth Sims fought his ass off in that fight, didn't he? He fought his ass off in that fight, bro. He fought his ass off, man. But this is a good card, though, man. And Ryan Garcia at the top of it. Let's see how they handle it. I'm really interested in that fight. And I want to see how Frank Martin will deal with Albright. Because Albright, like I say, he's scrappy. He can box. He's tough. You know, he ain't got no quit on him. Albright brothers can fight. Both of them can. So, short arm Oscar. Oscar Duarte. He bring that pressure, man. Hitchens is gonna have to work, bro. Hitchens is gonna have to work. Hitchens is gonna have to work. You're gonna have to keep him up off of him, man. Can't let it get crazy. Can't let it get crazy in there. Shout out to Jamel.
This fight definitely was Shakur. It was worth the risk.
Which fight of your career would you say was your biggest payday?
Shakur. Yeah, that's an easy one. Yeah, toughest fight definitely was Shakur. It was worth the risk. You know what I mean? The biggest punch I probably dealt with was probably Dennis Shavakov. Dennis Shavakov can hit. He can punch.
I heard him. Big money, big homie core, man. Big home. Oh, damn. I did have one more video to play for y'all. Okay, hold on. So that's kind of short. It's kind of short, man. It was in regards to Tank. I almost forgot that these dudes be making some weird-ass content sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me see if I can... Martin. Albright, a good fight. Yeah, Martin and Albright, definitely a damn good fight, I believe. Man, where is that at? Where it is? I'll find out. Play it tomorrow. I think Frank will.
I think Shakur's biggest weakness is choosing me to fight me. Yeah, I don't think he should. I think he made a mistake trying to fight me.
How so? Because you're dangerous?
I'm the best that there will ever be. I'm the best that there'll ever be. And I mean that.
Teal say he the best that he'll ever be, and he mean that. Bro. Broke a spinning yarn, can he? I never was on Tank tweet. Oh, So as far as this, man, I see people still like discussing this and talking about it, and I ain't really got nothing bad to say. I just hope he put this shit to an end and turn himself in, because all it do is get worse from here. And you know, people just get to overanalyzing situations. Like they are talking about the man in Cuba. They going crazy, man. That man ain't escaped to no damn Cuba over no damn DV case, man. I doubt it. Hopefully, like I said, whatever he doing, he figuring out the best option for himself so he can move forward. That's all. That's all I can say about that, man. Shout out to Tank. Get it right, man. Get it right, man. You know what I mean? Get it right. And shout out to everybody in the building. Hit that like button. To everybody that's rocked out to the end of the show. I appreciate y'all, all the support. Y'all the real MVP. Shout out to everybody. Hit the Cash App, Super Chat. We gonna keep grinding, y'all. Tank got granted political asylum. You stupid. Tank still on the run. Yeah, he gotta go turn himself in, man. So it don't get no worse for him. Some people would like to see things not go well for him because they just weird like that. But for me, I would like to see that man go get his situation resolved, go get whatever therapy to help is needed, and then resume his life. You know what I mean? And if that means coming back to boxing, then we here for it. You know what I mean? If not, then I could totally understand it. You know what I'm saying? I could totally understand. And sometimes it's just other shit to worry about outside of boxing. Right? So, and that's clearly what the case is with this situation. So, like I said, I just hope it works out and all parties involved favor, man. Hopefully it come to a common ground, and like I said, just move past that shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, me too. Me too, Howard. Me too, man. Maybe. Probably getting his ducks in a row, probably, you know, making it make sense before he got to possibly end up in the situation. So I get it, man. But like I said, just hopefully, you know, he make the best decision moving forward and he'd be all right. He'd be good to go, you know? Be good to go. Yeah, he might just sit his ass down for a little bit. You know what I mean? Right. Sometimes you know, solitude, man, by being by yourself, your own thoughts, being able to think, figure some stuff out. You know what I mean? And we all I think go through that as individuals, as adults, man. You know what I mean? That's something that you sometimes go through. So let's say he'll straighten up, man. He'll be all right, man. He'll tighten up, straighten up.
If he fought that, although that's right. Your philosophy would be let's squeeze as much out of him now while he's hot.
He's young, Jim. He's a young fighter.
Well, let me talk about the Puerto Rican first. He's ready for a title shot. His next fight, he's ready. He's the face of boxing. He's great. Keyshawn Davis is the worst Olympian I've seen since Leon Spinks. I'm telling you, I would get him a payday before he got exposed.
We gotta talk about that tomorrow, man. I knew it was some stuff that I didn't get to today, but we're gonna get to it tomorrow. Dude said Keyshawn Davis is the worst Olympian since Leon Spinks. Man, that was wild work, nasty work, man. Doing Key like that, man. But we're gonna talk about that, man. And it's fight week, so we're gonna be building on the fight, man. Whatever updates, training videos, all that stuff. Y'all know how we cover the fights. All the stuff that's leading up to the build up all the way up into Saturday. We're going to cover it. Shout out to Team Haney. I think Haney is shopping for what could be his biggest fight. That's why you see him saying for you know, Sean Gibbons to call Bill Haney shit. Who wouldn't want to fight Pacquiao and make a bag? Devin bought that bag, and it'd be a legacy fight. It'd be a 2-for-1 for him. But that'd be an interesting fight, man. Old ass Manny and Devin. It'd be crazy, right? He's not 140 or 147. I mean, that's obvious. He's never fought at 40 or 47. He's never fought at 40 or 47. So he's not a big lightweight. I ain't gonna say he's small, but he ain't no oversized lightweight. And we'll never know if he could beat Haney. I mean, I could say he can. You could say he can't. I mean, the only way we'll know if they fight each other. But to say he can't is crazy. Like, hold on. Just because we at the end of the clip. Hey, Nick, you forgot what Bill said? Listen to this and then tell me if you think. What Bill think. Forget what we think. GQ, what did Bill say right here?
Saying the first thing that I don't even know how it happened because we thought that we was getting points. You dig what I mean? Because Core is an Olympian. Core always then got in on Devin. Nigga, are you tripping? You niggas, y'all. Nigga, the whole shit started because it was live that we're in there with Core. Not Core is getting out on us. Like, he's the big nigga. He's the big homie in the shit. It was never. We would always, nigga, first the gap was like this. The gap got closer and always got. If you got off any with Core, it was a plus. If you just had a good day, that's how it was. All the way up until now, bro. That's why I told you, I said, inside the weight classes, when we moving, just like niggas is moving now, brother, if it's too hot at 30, we already ready to go to 40, bro. Listen, brother.
And hold on. Check Wally Moses. They had 47. My Core was at 35, putting his name on the hit list. Nasty work that y'all ain't call that out. He calling dudes out 2 weight classes below him when he could have fought him at 35. Nasty work, Hanos fans. What? Hey, Pop, sick him. What they say they gonna stay how many weight classes apart? Hold on, Pop Moses.
So now they gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about people who said they're gonna always try to stay 2 weight classes above us. Right. But you know that shit. The person who said it know who said it. You know, I'm just gonna kick it back in and whatnot. Right. But we know the deal. You know, yes, sir. Quote unquote, everybody and his weight class, and everybody that's out there now. Yes, we used to box Tank all the time we were together. We fought Ryan. It's only one motherfucker we ain't fought.
What's that?
That's Devin.
Yeah, and I don't think Devin won't none. Devin look shell shot right now.
Everybody, look. Shakur went up weight class to weight class. Why they dance around his weight class?
Right. Got to be something said about that.
You want to be the best, beat the best.
Already.
I don't see you the best if you haven't beat the best.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Mr. Wiley, for your time, man. Once again, I am CL from Cars Corner, man. Like him.
For one, police stuff, like I get it, but you know Shakur didn't record that, right? You know Shakur didn't do that, right? That wasn't Shakur he was talking to. Bill wasn't talking to Shakur. He didn't record it. He told them dudes that. And I wasn't connected to police stuff because it ain't street stuff. Nobody went to jail. He just got exposed. And would I necessarily am I a fan of like recording people without their knowledge? No, I'm not. But I ain't tripping on it because that would have never came out if they wasn't like constantly using his name and asking for it. You know, Core was like, man, y'all keep saying my name. I got a tape with Bill talking crazy. And you know, they kept like poking the bear and then it got dropped. So let me be clear. I ain't never recorded nobody without their knowledge. It's not stuff I do. But I get what you're saying, like police stuff. People say it, but nobody going to jail. It's just funny to see how he really thought. And although people might not like the way it was recorded or how it came out, I like what was being said because I think it was very telling. He was telling people what I already felt. You know what I'm saying? That Shakur Stevenson ain't gonna be no easy fight for his son, and he know that shit. That shit was damaging. You get me? Shout out to Big Dog Willie, man. My dog, man. Hold on. Shout out to Big Dog. He said, why would Tank Maniac's getting upset with Shakur wanting to move on with his career without Tank? Things are wrong. What is Shakur supposed to do? He's supposed to sit there and raise his hand and wait patiently for Tank to pick him and be grateful for the opportunity. That's what they think. Anyway, the super fans, you know what I'm saying? Just the super duper ones. They thought his career was like, you know, depended upon him getting one fight. And we found out that wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? We found out that wasn't the case. Shout out to Big Dog. Appreciate it. Yeah, Ramon, shout out to you. Now, that's Big Supreme, Big Supreme a troll, but he know boxing. Like, he just be trolling. Nah, it ain't no real police stuff. I get it. It's all, he was just joking, bro. But yeah, it was funny when it came out because of what he was saying on the tape. I was like, bro, you letting us know Core been better than this dude. That's what I got from it. Thanks, baby. You let me know Core been better than your son. And he been getting it off on him. So when Shakur said I've been getting him in sparring for years, that all of that was validated with what Bill was saying. If you got to hold on one more time, because maybe I couldn't hear it all the way. Hold on.
Saying the first thing that I don't even know how it happened because we thought that we was getting points. You dig what I mean? Because Core is an Olympian. Core always then got in on Devin. Nigga, are you tripping? You niggas, y'all. Nigga, the whole shit started because it was live that we're in there with Core. Not Core is getting out on us. Like, he's the big nigga. He's the big homie. In the shit, it was never. We would always, nigga, first the gap was like this. The gap got closer, always. If you got off any with Core, it was a plus. If you just had a good day, that's how it was with him. All the way up until now, brother. That's why I told you, I said, inside the weight classes, when we moving, just like niggas is moving now, brother, if it's too hot at 30, we already ready to go to 40, brother. Listen, brother.
I promise you. And I do this in good fun. I rock with Devin, but I do this to poke at the Haney fan. Like, I'm trying to show y'all a way to do this without being toxic. We just be having fun, laughing, joking. People sensing that that's too bad, but I rock with all these dudes. But on a more serious note, that was Bill being honest about what he thought about Devin and Shakur in terms of the gap. He said it's still to this day it's a gap. He said, like, you got to really listen to what he was saying. That's not somebody like you admitting that every time you spar him, if he get off anything, it's considered a good day. You saying it always been a gap. It still is now. You talked about moving when it get hot, which is exactly what y'all did. And you telling me based on him telling the truth, that's the number one guy that they targeting. And the only reason they think about it right now, because they comfortable, because it's a weight disparity. You put a dude on your list 2 weight classes below you. Get what I'm saying? Now with him fighting at 40, it look like it's 1, so it don't look as bad. I hope the fight can happen. Them 2 are the best pure boxers in the sport, but it's a gap between Shakur and Devin Haney, and I'll show it to you. I mean, here go, you know that plus minus we talk about all the time. Shakur Devin got a high plus minus. Know what I'm saying? He top 10. 11.3. You know what I'm saying? Top 10. Look at them numbers, man. Look at Debo. 26.3. Look at Debo. Sitting there at number 10 on him, man. You know what I'm saying? Debo ain't playing no games, G. And then you get the Core. And it's number 1 in 10. That's the gap that Bill was talking about. I just want y'all to know that. That gap that he was talking about, we going to revisit this again because it's going to come up again. I got some more. I ain't get to everything, but we going to get to it. Y'all just be patient. We going to have some fun with it. Devin Haney is one of the best boxers in this sport. Make that clear. He get my support, but we talk a little bit of shit. We had fun. But that's the gap Bill was talking about. That number 10 to 1. That's what Bill talking about. You get me? So again, y'all, shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, they both great. It's just levels. Facts, Jordan. Core and Debo would never fight, though. I think the weight might mess it up, Big Supreme, if anything. But I think if they realistic about the fight, Big Supreme, and consider, like, you can't expect one guy to give up all the advantages to you just because you at 47, because you stayed somewhere way too long, and now you multiple weight classes up trying to call shots, trying to call for the smoke. But I think if anything stops, it'll be the weight discrepancy, and they won't want to compromise. And Shakur, if that happens, Shakur gonna have to go to 147 and fight him. That's the only way I can see it. So we'll see. Always a fun conversation because they two top world class guys. The problem with an educated jab is, yeah, he did, but he can't offer somebody else money. Like, I don't know if people understand what I'm saying. Like, DHP wasn't about to put on that fight. You get what I'm saying? How you gonna offer Shakur 25% of what, right? But Shakur wasn't stupid and his team wasn't stupid. They wrote the letter to the sanctioning body, WBO, WBC, for them to make a decision on Shakur getting a better split. And before they could do it, Devin Haney vacated his title. because he didn't want to fight him. I don't think at 35. I ain't saying he's scared of. I always say that. So you could offer it, but Bob Arum, the fight would have been on Top Rank. Bob Arum said the fight that offer had no substance. I could even go find an interview when he said it. You know what I mean? He been shot that down. And think about it, y'all. You got to take that shit with a grain of salt. Why you didn't offer Loma 25%? Why just Core? Loma didn't have no belts, because that's y'all argument. Because Core ain't have nothing to offer. Neither did Loma. So why you ain't offer him 25%? Get what I'm saying? Why you ain't come at Regis like that, or Jojo Diaz and none of these other guys that you fought in your career? That's for a reason, man. When you give somebody less than they worth, that's a sign that you don't really want to fight, because you know full well that he ain't making no decision off no emotion. So he wasn't going to just take less money because you said so. Because, you know what I'm saying? Over the belts. Like, people kill me. So he ain't really want to fight at 35. And we're going to find out if they really want it. If Shakur beats Tio, we're going to see. They're going to get louder with their whispers. You know what I'm saying? You stupid. Exactly. And where did he go? And remember, I'll say this to end it, y'all. Remember, he posted his goals, y'all. He posted it on Twitter. Goals of the year, to win a title, to fight Loma at 135, and then move up to 140 and become a world champion. He fought Regis. He did exactly that. He did exactly what he said he was going to do, and none of it had nothing to do with fighting Shakur. So it is what it is. And then, not for what it's worth, you know, I always keep an old clip. Man, I keep them old clips.
Like me and Shakur, we talk like every other day. So, you know, I'm not ducking or dodging nobody, but that's not somebody I'm just in a rush to get in the ring with.
Exactly. Not in a rush to get in the ring with him. Wait until you got to 47. Now y'all loud again. I ain't trying to hear it. Can't wait to see what happens Saturday. Hope Shakur stomp T.O. out. And then I hope that Devin Haney fight be a realistic option. But that's my time for today. Shout out to everybody rocking out with your boy. Appreciate every last one of y'all. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. You rocking with me. Make sure you share the lives. Hype the lives so you can get it out to the people. And we're going to keep building. So shout out to everybody. Educated Jab, my guy, Reed, Big Supreme, Jordan. Dang. Yeah, him. I don't think he needed either. I don't think he needed either. I think his concern is he know how big guys get, and McQueen, the professor, he not big Haney get, and he ain't trying to give up all them advantages. I could tell by the way he sounded when he was just talking to Brian Custer. I mean, but yeah, let's see it. Facts, Dank. Let's see it. I don't think he need no claws neither, bro. He talented enough, and hopefully he stomped T.O. out, like I said, so we can finally do our part 2. It's been long overdue. And I want to say that to him. I want to say it to him personally. I don't think you need a clause. I think you're talented enough. You don't need it, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Different strokes for different folks. But that's all I got. Much love to everybody, man. Enjoy this good Tuesday, and we'll be back tomorrow to build on this boxing like we always do, man. Y'all know how we do. But with that, we up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels, too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Make sure y'all subscribe to JusDueBoxing, the best boxing talk. It's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube. Right now, we're going to give him his Just Due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.